This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, sweeps to his right, gets to the 20. He's at the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He dies. Touchdown, 49ers.
Well, the Ravens 27-yard line. 49ers into the backfield. Smith on third down. He'll take it himself for first down. And more. Alex Smith is in. Touchdown.
His left hip. Third down. Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's good. Touchdown. Touchdown 49. It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, goes to slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for a touchdown. No greater redemption.
Kaepernick shoots it. Hold everybody. Colin Kaepernick. What a game. Touchdown.
Click, click, boom! What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back. We're here to bring you guys our first victory overreaction show of the season. Nick, how you feeling, man? It was a hell of a game, wasn't it?
Hell of a game's not the word. Like
It was. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
it was depressing, to be honest with you.
Depressing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to get to all that stuff, but we want to let you guys know, first and foremost, thank you guys for checking us out here today. All right. This show is brought to you guys by our partners over at mybookie.ag. Hold on. How do I do this thing again, man? Where is that damn? Hold on. It's an overlay. I might have to drop you out of the thing so I can read this stupid thing here. Hold on. Let me. Nope, that's not it.
What are you doing?
You'll see. Hold on. All right. How do I drop
Right
you out?
here.
Hold on. I got to remove that. Yeah, but it's not. All right, it's fine. Leave it there. It's both of us. F that. It's both of us. Guys, listen. All right. This episode is brought to you guys by our partners over at mybookie.ag. Okay. Head over to mybookie.ag and use your promo code NBN of your first deposit, and they will double that up to $1,000. You deposit $100, they give you $100. Head over to mybookie.ag right now. You can use promo code NBN. They have a special game they want you guys to know about, okay? Oh, the mosquitoes are out here after me. I'm sorry, guys, okay? Head over to MyBookie and choose from a variety of boosts and contests and promotions up for grabs, heightened by the crown jewel of winning season, the famous MyBookie Super Contest. It only costs $10 to enter, all right? Pick 5 games against the spread each week. Each win earns you a point. Each point gets you closer to the grand prize. If you missed out on week 1, that's okay. I did too. No big deal. Head on over there because after one good week, you're right back in it, okay? Most people picking against the spread don't work. I did a little thing, and I picked the Jets with the 4.5 points, and they lost by 5. So I was wrong, all right? I thought it was an easy one. I was wrong. I thought the 4.5 points, the Jets would be able to cover. They did not. So just like that, I was wrong. Other people are going to be wrong too. You can get in there and get back in it. Head over to mybookie.ag. Use promo code NBN for your coverage. That is the place to be, okay? I promise you guys you're going to enjoy it. You'll thank me later. And here, a little message from them now. All right, let's get my boy Breezy up in here. Boom! Boom! There he is. All right, fellas.
Boom!
It's time for the I told you so's, the oh no's, and what to do now. So let's just get into it, man. The game was crazy. It started hot, ended cold, and I saw some things that even said this didn't feel like a victory. Let's overreact. What were your guys' thoughts on the game? Break it down, fellas. Oh wait, can we start with victory shots first? Let's bring this old thing back, man. Come on now, Nick. Don't leave me hanging, bro. I know you got something to drink over there.
Nah, I definitely don't.
Oh, come on, Nicholas. You can't do that.
I don't have anything to drink next to me.
This is the biggest mosquito I've ever seen in my life flying in front of me right now.
All right, I got the Gold Bar whiskey, man. And
I'm trying to sit outside. I want to have a cigar. I got to light up. Let's take this shot. All right, guys. Victory cheers right here. 1, 2, 3. Salute.
Salute.
I hope I drank that fucking mosquito, man. These things out here killing me, y'all.
I heard of drinking worms and tequila, but not mosquitoes and whiskey. Yuck.
Here we go. Here we go. See? Red Cohiba for the day. Niners got to represent the red, right? Everything I've been doing is about the red and gold today. I almost got his ass.
Just take your behind in the house. That's what you can do.
Cigar in the house. I can't have a cigar.
That's a good point. Good point. Good
point.
point.
Wifey don't play those games, man. She
trust me, I understand. Man, look, man. We're reacting, right? And so, I mean, where do you want to start? Like,
Kyle Shanahan's a bitch.
We can start. We can start there. You want to start there?
Is that what we think? That's what we feel?
That's where I'm going to start.
Is that what you feel?
If that's what he feels, then I'm going to start. So I got you, bro. So, like, here's the thing, right? Like, at some point in Kyle Shanahan's career, he has to figure out how to not take his foot off the gas. Because at any given moment, like, teams are scrapping to trying to claw their way back in. I almost wish we were the clawing, scrappy team, Nick. And the reason why is because we would be doing whatever it takes to get a victory. Now, we go there. And if you go back, if you watch the pressers, they said every freaking thing I've been saying about not taking the foot off the gas. The first person that said it was George Kittle. Well, we took our foot off the gas. And then D Ford says, we should have kept our foot on their throats. Like, that's what happens, you know, when we take feet off the throats. Now, I don't know what you guys have been saying, but my philosophy is don't take players out of the game because you'll mess up chemistry, you'll mess up the flow, and then you're just putting – things can happen. And then you saw the comeback. I don't know if you want to say the team got deflated once they saw their guy, Jason Verrett go down, but after Verrett went down, the team kind of got deflated. It got off their rockers a little bit, and then it was just off to the races for the Detroit Lions to come back at home. Go figure. They had some momentum at home, which is what they're supposed to do. But when you take the ghost out of a team, you continue to go ghost busting. You don't allow the ghost to get comfortable. And the 49ers did just that. They allowed them to get comfortable, and they snuck out of there with a win, with a victory. They snuck out of there with a victory.
I think it was a dominant performance by the 49ers from start to finish, and I think they let their foot off the gas. You guys got to remember, man, I know people said I sound like a homer. People said that I sounded, oh, Mike, you're crazy. This is a bad Lions team and all that. But go back and watch the prediction show. Go back and watch the preview show and the show before that. I said we're going to start out to a commanding lead, and the score at the end is going to be a lot closer than what people think. There was a guy who even paid at the halftime show, Nick, and he said, I told you we're going to win by 21. I was like, all right, there's a lot of game left. We'll see. This isn't Kyle being a bitch. This is Kyle knowing I'm not showing everything in week 1. This is exactly what I said to you guys. Kyle came out there. He took a commanding lead. He took a commanding lead, and he started pulling his players. Kyle addressed it. The team addressed it. They took their foot off the gas by design. By design. This was never something that they were worried about losing. And you guys want to go out there and keep putting up points and putting up points. Every time you score, it's another drive that's not likely to work later on. Kyle said that in preseason. He's not going to keep doing it in the game that we're up 28 points.
That's bullcrap, though, bro.
He says here, what are the measurements of the mosquito? Can it fit? Can it start a cornerback for us next week with us? No, his 40 is a little too fast. We only getting slow guys right now. Sorry. So no, he cannot come in and fill in for us there. All right.
Bro, I totally disagree with you. Like
there was one, huh?
I totally disagree with you. I totally disagree with you that Kyle, this was by design. Kyle Shanahan said himself he got scared once Jason Verrett went down and took everybody out. You cannot play football scared and take people out. It almost cost you week 1. I don't give a shit if it's by design or not. You don't do that as a head coach. You don't do that. Like, he literally put in a second-string defense when you're already down players and allowed a comeback. That's a bitch move, bro. I don't care if you're saving players or not.
I'm not saying you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Like, it's not. It wasn't. Yeah, it might have been by design, but he didn't take players out until Jason Verrett got hurt, and he said it himself. He said, "I shouldn't have taken players out. I did kind of step on that. Whatever. Basically, that he was wrong for taking out players because he got caught up in the Jason Verrett getting hurt. You can't do that as a head coach."
I agree, and I've always agreed. And remember me going off at the halftime at the Super Bowl? That was exactly my gripe. He's playing conservative. You can't do that, right? It's exactly my gripe. But I can't come on here now and say Kyle's a bitch. Kyle's exactly who I thought he was. So I think we're saying the same things. I am not happy that he did it.
But you can't be mad at Nick for coming out saying if that's how he feel Kyle is. You just don't feel he's that way. You can't. You're interpreting it differently. So Nick's interpretation of who Kyle Shanahan is,
My interpretation is we know that we lost the Super Bowl because Kyle Shanahan let his foot off the gas. And guess what? It's the same damn Kyle Shanahan. You almost lost a game that you shouldn't even been anywhere near what it was because you decided to let your foot off the gas.
If Mike, give me another choice of words. Give me another word for the coach.
Listen, if anybody's out there opinion of what we saw is bitch, then fine. Let that be it. But what I'm saying is this is what I expected. So it doesn't surprise me. I've always not liked that about Kyle. So I understand. Right. So you guys can classify it as that, but it's not a new thing for me. This is what I expect. This is why I said it. But see, I said it. I said, we'll come out and we'll put up 30, 40 points in this game. I said, and it's still going to be close at the end of it. The box score is not going to show how dominant we really were. Those were my words. So none of that part is a surprise to me, is what I'm saying. So I don't know if this was a new classification for Nick. Is this a new title for Kyle? Because if it's a new title, I just think Nick's he's in his feelings, and at this point, that's what Kyle is. Like, how many times we got to watch it? Like, at some point, the coach has to take a turn. The coach has to go look in the mirror and look at his reflection and say, what do I need to do to change the identity for this team? Because I let my foot off the gas, so the team let their foot off the gas. And that's what they did. There was no all gas, no brakes. I mean, unless that went with Robert Saleh, I don't know. But my point is, that's exactly what happened. And Nick said it. This is what I was saying. You can't let one injury determine your future. That's not your fate. This is football, people. People are going to get injured each and every week. We don't hope that they get injured, but they're going to get injured. And so you got to continue to play as if it didn't happen. Like, you got to. Because if not, you play scarce, you might get more injuries just because you're trying to play safe. And so that's not a good look. On top of that, we almost lost this game to a team that came out scrapping. And I told you who to watch out for. I said it on the show. DeAndre Swift and TJ Hawkinson. They're only two weapons. Like, I told you they were going to do stuff. If we gave them the opportunity, they were going to do it. And now DeAndre Swift is probably going to be the reason why I lose in fantasy football, because y'all let him score a touchdown. So let me read Callie's contribution here. We got one more by Lycan. I don't want these to go away before we can get to them. Callie with the contribution. Thank you very much. He says, I understand Kyle got conservative, but D'Amico wasn't great either. Made no adjustments. Lions was slicing our run defense. And that was from start to finish. Up the middle. I just felt like, what is going on? What happened to this vaunted defensive line that we were talking about? The only defensive lineman that I saw that was out today was Kevin Givens, and he wasn't going to make the difference in the game. So where was the scheme?
Kinlaw was out, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
He was going to make the difference. So that's your big difference. That's your anchor in the run D. You know, a lot of guys are trying to figure out how we're getting shoot at the middle. They played to our weakness. They knew that our anchor, AKA the Vince Wilfork of the 49ers, was going to be Javon Kinlaw. That's the guy that's exactly why we got him, to stop the run, to stop the gashes up the middle. Once he was out, they forced all their runs from the outside, all that DeAndre Swift stuff that I thought they would give us more of. They just funneled it right to the inside. And remember, we said on the show, who do we need to watch out for? Jamal Williams. Why?
Yeah.
He runs hard against the 49ers. He's a Niners killer. And he set the tone. It wasn't even Swift. It was Williams on the first big carry right up the middle. And so
Swift was the consistent one once he started going, but Williams kicked it off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now I will say this, you know, we're reacting. We're overreacting emotionally. This is going to be the show where we let it all out. So Nick, I want you sitting there in silence. I want to hear more from you, bro. But the one thing that I do want to say is the Lions were going for it early on fourth down a couple times. You know what I mean? They showed you, hey, we're not expected to win this game. We ain't got nothing to lose. We going out here, we're gonna put that ball to the wall. And I like that about that team. You're not expected to win. Don't be conservative. Go out there and go after it, right? And this speaks to their mindset. The Lions are gonna be a dangerous team for that reason. Nobody expects them to do anything all year long, and they're gonna steal 4 or 5 wins by playing the way that they played today. Because here's another thing. Not only was it, we're going for it on 3rd or 4th and short. Those guys realized Jason Verrett went down. They targeted Dante Johnson with 4 different receivers in that little bit of time. 4 different bodies on the guy that they were all aware of our injury report. They knew that guy was cut. We brought in Josh Norman. You know how they knew that? Because they knew that Josh Norman was brought in. Well, how come? Well, there was an injury guy. They let him go. Then that injury guy suddenly makes it back to the practice squad, and then he gets brought up the day. Come on, they knew that. They knew that, and they targeted him with 4 different people.
That's part of the game plan, though, Mike, right? Like, you pay attention to the injury, the scouting reports. Who are you going to scout? Who's injured? Who do you target? And you got to give big ups to their staff and Jared Goff, man, because once Verrett went down, the team, it was back into full effect. And then, you know, a lot of people want to blame George Kittle, you know, for that thing. And I would love to hear y'all takes on it because you guys are very savvy football minds, man. I really think you guys are like the cream of the crops, right? When I talk to you, but I really don't see how a ball that bounces up and hits a guy in his face, his fault. Like, he was there to make the play and the ball bounced. It took a bounce on some turf and it bounced and he didn't even touch it. It just hit his face. Like, how is that George Kittle's fault? Even though he took the blame for it, he says he has to make that play. Like, how hard was it to make that play, Nick and Mike?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a hard play to make. I mean, obviously, you're trying to recover a football that, and they call it a hands team for a reason. Like, it is very legitimately hard to recover an onside kick depending on how the ball goes. You don't know how it's going to, hop, jump, skip, whatever you want to call it. It could have, he played it like it was going to stay down. It took a hop. It's like a shortstop. You play a ball that you think is going to lay low. You play it. It pops up.
You better lay low. Sorry.
And it hit him in his face mask. It was a bad bounce. It was a bounce. It was a bad bounce for the 49ers, a good bounce
for the Detroit Lions. There you go.
And there was really nothing you can do that. Do you expect more out of players? And as a fan and in the heat of the moment, you're like, Jesus, you need to catch that. Yeah. But in the end, it was just a really good kick and a bad bounce for the 49ers. That's what it was.
That was the momentum shift right there, too.
It's football rules, man. You ever seen a football bounce low 3 times in a row?
Yo, that was crazy.
Don't, because it's oblong shaped for a reason. The third, if you don't get it on the second bounce, it's definitely coming on the third. But there's no way George Kittle can count that. It's coming through bodies. You guys got to remember, it went through the first line of defense. George Kittle was on the second line. He probably didn't see the first bounce, so he don't know that. I mean, he's going to take blame for it because he was the body that was there, right? But that wasn't on him. It bounced right into his face and went off him. Nick, man, I'm sorry, Alfred. I'm sorry. First of all, what time is it over there? What have we got? 11 o'clock.
It is. Hang on. It is 10 past 11.
10 past 11. Okay. So Lycan has a comment here, and I want to get your reaction to it here. He says we were up by 28 with 4 minutes left in the game. Should not have been that close. Agree or disagree, and why?
Agree. I don't know what happened. Obviously, injuries were piling up. I've heard Jason Verrett is done for the season, ACL, which
torn ACL. He confirmed that on the phone with Eric Davis, and Eric Davis tweeted it out.
Bad. I think we thought we were better than we were, and all of a sudden we took our foot off the gas. And to me, that was an issue because we should have put 50 points up easily against this team. No disrespect to the Lions, but we should have done a 50 burger. But we took our foot off the gas.
Don't miss. Let me shut up. Go ahead. Keep going.
So the kicker missed one field goal, which would have made us have 44 points. So I'm trying to get Mike's logic in this.
That was also a field position thing. It's also more demoralizing at that point.
Mike, cut it out, bro. He missed a 50-yarder one, and then he makes the second 50-yarder.
He made a 52-yard. I was very proud of him.
Right.
He missed a kick.
He did miss a kick, and I'm not gonna. He should be faulted for missing a kick, but like, don't say that's not why we didn't put up 50 points. We took our foot off the gas. We stopped running plays that we could have ran to get 50 points. The offense was totally different.
Look,
don't blame the kicker.
Is there a new ghost mode that I don't know about? Did you see the message that popped up on the screen? It said he's in the stream but audio only. Is this a new feature?
Yeah, if you close your camera, it just puts you in as audio.
Oh, I didn't know
see
that.
that. I'm terribly sorry.
No. It's okay. I just didn't know that was a new feature. We didn't have that before. We would just lose somebody, or it would be a box there. So that's pretty cool. But Wayne, here's why I say it's a momentum shift, because the Lions went for it on fourth down. Right? We stopped them the one time. Crowd went crazy. Our team looked re-energized. What's the word I'm looking for?
Revamped.
The word vigor is in there somewhere. Reinvigorated. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. But the word vigor is in there somewhere, what I'm trying to say. But then think about this for a second. Remember when they went for their first field goal and they missed it wide left?
Yeah.
It was a whole spark again. Us missing those points allows them to get more energy.
We scored after that, bro. We scored. They scored. Like, I don't get it.
All right. No, it's cool. Never mind. All right. That's fine. It's no big deal.
I don't get it. Like, we missed the field goal. They got the ball back. I think we stopped them on that down. We scored. Then they ended up scoring late because it was still 38-10. So, like, I don't understand where you're coming from. And then on top of that, like, they ended up scoring twice because they ended up with, and it was 41-25, and then they get the onside kick, but there were no more field goals after that. So, like, I don't get it. I don't get what you mean.
I was talking about specifically trying to get to 50.
So you're adding in the 3 points. I got you.
And it sparks the opposing team is all I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Now,
all right.
Ryan has a contribution here. He said, which play had you guys sweating more, Kittle on the kickoff or Debo's fumble? Oh, shit. That's a good question. This is a good question. I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this. Let's start with Nick.
Which play had you guys
had you guys sweating more, Kittle on the kickoff or Debo's fumble to ice the game?
You mean Kittle on the onside kick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick, what you got on that, bro?
That's not a kickoff.
That's easy. That's Debo.
Debo, yeah.
It's easy for me. It's the Debo play because Kittle, they scored, but they were still 2 possessions behind. So they get the Kittle thing. Okay, they can go down and score. We're still up by a possession. And if we get the first down, we can run the clock out. Debo's fumble, to me, if he goes down, the game's over right there. If he doesn't lose that football, we get the first down, the game's over.
Yeah, so, and they have one timeout left. We can take knees and go home. It was like a minute 12 or something like that left.
So to me, the Debo fumble's the worst because that's where I'm sweating like shit. They have time to score. If they score, they can go for a 2-point, which they're already successful on 2. They get another one, they win the game. Like, it's tied. Like,
Nick, are you on your computer?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sending you something to WhatsApp, all right?
All right. So, yeah, for me, it's Debo. Wayne, what is it for you?
Play?
Oh, I didn't know you want to go with me next. It was Debo. It was hands down Debo. Debo has to never, ever fumble the ball. He has to be protective of the ball. He has to be aware of who's around him. He has to understand that in football that there's players that are specifically out there to jar the ball out of your hand from the side, from the back, from the front, to the left, to the right, to the up, to the down. And so Debo just was ready to make a move. He saw green and he was gone. Right. And so great. First of all, can I just retract and just go back to the play? I don't mean to take up too much time, but the play.
No, we got this. You good?
The play was amazing, right? And so Jimmy, I watched him double clutch because he didn't really want to throw the ball, right? And then he was like, you know what? He's wide open. So I want to say props to Jimmy for making the seal and deal drive of the game, right? That was the play. That would have did it. We would have won. We would have been fine. I mean, we still would have to deal with injuries and we'd still be overreacting, but we wouldn't have been sweating as much as we were sweating if Debo doesn't fumble that ball. So kudos to Jimmy Garoppolo getting to throw to Debo Samuel, who was his best target, who finished the night with 189 yards and a touchdown, okay? And so Debo Samuel killed tonight, except for on that play. He kind of I don't want to say he let his foot off the gas. He just didn't know Trey Flowers was coming from the back. He had no idea that a big old 300 defensive end was on his way to punch that ball out. And it happens. But that can't happen, not when you're trying to play championship-style football. And the 49ers need to play championship football every week. That needs to be their motto.
All right. Corkster, my man over there. Which play was more nerve-wracking for you?
Debo, definitely. We could have iced the game. We could have iced it, and I was cheering because he called it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, sugar, honey, iced tea, as you all say on this channel. What the is going on? Yeah, definitely Debo for me, and it was scary, because if that was Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, we all know what's going to happen. Luckily, it was Jared Goof, and we got away with one.
Okay. All right. I think I view special teams different than everybody else because special teams plays mean something to me. Kickoff, punts, extra points, field goals. I don't know. Those to me are the momentum shifts in games. And so when I watched that happen with Kittle, my heart dropped like, oh shit, they got the ball back. What are they gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? Like with the Debo one, all right, it also probably has to do with the fact that Debo had to get a lot of yak to get that first down. He had to break a couple tackles, and he did, and then he fumbled, right? So I kind of like a small part of me inside didn't feel like he was even going to convert that. I knew it was behind the sticks. I saw the two guys there. You know what I'm saying? Like I just didn't feel like he was going to get it. And that was the play that Jimmy, if I'm not mistaken, Jimmy kind of shook a sack and rolled out and then hit Debo. Is that the same play we're talking about? At the end of the game, right? Jimmy shook somebody off on that play. And so, you know, what scared me more was the Kittle fumble. The Debo thing, it shouldn't have happened either. Both of them were bad plays though. But I feel like the special teams play, like I said, I always feel like those things just they really swing the momentum. A big return. We saw it. We saw it. I don't know why we're acting like special teams on a big deal. Remember when we were getting smoked by Seattle and then Richie James had that phenomenal return and all of a sudden we're back in that game? Like that's special teams are often turning points in games where a team is down.
I just don't think that play at special teams made me sweat. Like, yeah, it's a big play, but we were 2 possessions up. Like that play had nothing to do with it. You go out there, they score, you hold the ball, you win the game.
We were 2 possessions up. They recovered, they scored. Now we're 1 possession up.
Right. So now the sweat comes in more when Debo fumbles and gives them the ball back.
I hear you.
2 possessions. I'm not sweating when George Kittle misses it. Yes. Oh shit, they can score, but we have to do something. Like we still held our own destiny at that point. When Debo fumbles, you no longer hold the destiny other than being able to stop them on a touchdown and a 2-point. So that's why I'm sweating more with Debo fumbles compared to, yeah, special teams is important, but that's like saying for me to say, oh, well, we fumbled on a kickoff return and we were up 3 possessions at mid-half. Like, you still have a long time to play. Where
we didn't have a long time. That's not the same thing, though. That's not the same thing. We're talking the same 2-minute window. All this happened within 2 playing minutes of each other.
I'm talking about possession-wise. Like, to me, 2 possessions is a lot in the NFL. Like, being up 2 possessions is a lot. Like, you're up by 2 touchdowns at least, which we were. To me, that onside kick is something that, okay, it happened, but now you got to buckle down. And then when you fumble with 49 seconds left in the game, to me, that's sweating. That's the only reason why I say Debo.
I feel you. No, and I'm not mad. Like I said, both of them were crucial. I'm just telling you guys which ones made me more nervous. It was just the special team. And we're saying Kittle because he was the one whose face mask had bounced. I don't care who it was that it hit. I'm not blaming Kittle. I don't want y'all to misconstrue what I'm saying because I know people think I hate Kittle on the show. It's not about Kittle. It could have bounced off of anybody's face mask. But that play really scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh, shit. I've seen it happen too many times where it's like, oh, man. And you could already tell at that point in the game we had taken our foot off the gas. Reserves were in. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when it was really like, damn, it's really about to happen. Like, we're about to watch this shit happen all over again. You know? So that's what I was a little worried about. But, guys, in my opinion, I know that you guys, it seems like the entire panel is upset about the comeback. The entire panel is upset about us taking our foot off the gas. We're upset about the substitutions with the backups and things like that. And like I said before we started the show, I was seeing tweets and texts saying that this didn't even feel like a win. You guys got any positive takeaways from this game?
Yeah, there's a lot of positives, but we didn't even hit on the negatives. Like,
oh, we can keep going. We can keep going with the negatives. I mean, let's do it. Let's keep on overreacting. I like it. That's what I'm here for, bro.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know what. Yeah, it's a win. It's a win. But guess what? I also watched the Eagles game today, and you can't go in there playing the way that you played today in the second half and get, like, you're going to lose football games if you take your foot off the gas. Like, I'm tired of seeing Kyle Shanahan take his foot off the gas. You lost a friggin' Super Bowl. You lost 2 Super Bowls by taking your foot off the gas. You can't afford to lose football games against games you're supposed to win to like
off your shit, Nick.
I'm just tired of, like, if you're gonna be a coach in the league, I don't care who is at the other end, don't have mercy. Like, you can't let shit scare you. You can't look. Last year I got laughed at when I said the Atlanta Falcons game's a trap game. Nah, that shit ain't a trap game. Blah, blah, blah. What happened? We lost. What happened? It took us down to the final game of the season, to the final play, to be the number 1 seed. You can't lose I understand it's week 1, but come week 16, if you lost this game means a shit ton. You can't take your foot off the gas.
Week 18 now, but yeah, I feel you.
It's 17. I'm just saying, week 16, week 17, it comes down to it. Like, I don't care. Oh, it's week 1. I don't care about that shit. Like, because
I try to tell you, none of that should matter.
Week 1 means the same as it does in week 17.
Week 17. Yeah. Like, you're getting, like,
Nope.
I know what you were alluding to say earlier, Mike, but here's why that doesn't sit well with me. And so when you were talking about Kyle Shanahan not showing, his plays and this, that, and the third, well, Kyle, create new ones. You're the freaking mastermind. You got all this talent in the world, so just make up new things to do. Get the victory by any means necessary. Do what you got to do to pure dominate the NFL. Kyle Shanahan should be trying to dominate and make teams. Then you add an extra element to your game. It's called the fear factor. So when you're doing things and teams are like, dang, yo, how do I prep for this and prep for this? You heard all game every time they put Trey Lance in the game. Oh, they're doing this so that they can show the next team what Trey Lance could possibly do next week because he's going to come in the game. What? He's going to run the ball? So that means next week we're going to throw the ball out of those RPOs because we ran it all the time except for once. In this game, Trey Lance was 1 for 100% completion percentage, by the way. I just want to put that out there. And it was for a touchdown. But my thing is, you like Kyle, if he's this great mastermind, then it shouldn't matter, you should never, ever take your foot off the gas. You should consistently be willing to draft up stuff. If it works, and then you tuck it away and you do something different. But what happened to if it ain't broke, don't fix it? What happened to that? What happened? Because we were doing stuff and it wasn't broke, and then we go and change it, and next thing you know, we're going 3 and outs.
But offensive play calling didn't change. Go watch the game again. Now
offensive play calling changed a bit. Kyle Shanahan switched it up. And the defensive play calling, listen, a lot of people are giving D'Amico Ryans like he didn't make adjustments, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Listen, man, players were falling like they were dropping like flies, man. And he was trying to plug in plays, and the only thing he couldn't patch up was the middle. That was it.
Ryans was calling the same plays all game, but he was doing it with different personnel at the end.
Different personnel, right?
Okay. In my opinion, and I could be wrong. Again, this is all first watch, guys. This is all first watch. This is not any of us going back and watching the film or anything. But I didn't see Kyle change the game plan. We were running the ball in the first half for 10 yards a pop with 2 different running backs. He was doing the same shit in the first half. He was doing the same things in the first half. I didn't see him change it up too much. And I know they bring up the Super Bowls and stuff like that, and I've defended Kyle in those Super Bowls. I talked about that one, the Patriots and the Falcons, where he called the perfect play, but the blitzer got in, the running back missed him. Right? We talk about all the time the deep ball to Sanders. Right? It's not that he's not aggressive. Here's what Kyle's issue is. In my opinion, he gets conservative and then he gets aggressive after being conservative, which gets his team out of rhythm for the aggressive play. Do y'all understand what I'm saying there at least? So think about that. You're on mute, buddy. You're on mute, Nick. Sorry, I didn't catch you.
Yeah, you're saying that he is aggressive, then gets conservative, then goes back to being aggressive.
Yes.
And to me, that's stupid. Like
you want to be aggressive the whole game. Just put your foot in the throat, dominate 55-10 in the Super Bowl like we did the Bengals. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I'm 100% with you. I am. I promise you I am. But I didn't see that in this game in particular. I mean, we're on here and we're upset that we put up 41 points on a team. Or are we upset that they came back? Because if we're upset that they came back, then that's on the defense. Or are we upset that we didn't match the 20-plus points in the first half? Like, which one? I'm trying to figure out what we're upset about.
You could be upset at everything. You could be upset at the simple point that we didn't continue to be aggressive. And because of that, we didn't put up more points. We could have easily, that's why Nick came on here. The first thing he said was we could have easily got a 50 burger. The trajectory was showing if we put up 20-plus points in the first half, we should be able to do it again in the second half because they weren't doing anything to stop it. So hear me out. The Lions make adjustments and Kyle doesn't readjust. Why are we wrong for talking bad about Kyle? Like, Kyle needs to adjust to the adjustments. And I get it. The defense didn't help out. They gave up points. But come on, man. Like, they were playing the softest freaking coverage, zone all day, new pieces out there on the field. Jared Goff was having a field day. And let's talk about the pass rush not being able to get home when it really counted, except for the very last play of the game.
When it counted, they were there. All right, I get you.
But it counted the whole game, Mike, because that's why Jared Goff was tearing us a new butthole. He had time to throw the ball. And so maybe the defense was gassed. Who knows? Maybe they were a little soft. Nick Bosa came out. Maybe that changed it up a little bit. I don't know what gave Jared Goff and his coaching staff and his offensive coordinating the confidence, but Kyle Shanahan is the head coach. So Kyle Shanahan can override anything. We've watched Kyle Shanahan take out a guy, Mike, that you like and put in a guy that they picked up off of somebody's trash can. And next thing you know, we lost to the Dolphins by 41. We gave up 41 to the Dolphins. And so all I'm saying is, and that was a Kyle move. So if Kyle can make those mistakes and make those moves and override the DC, why can't Kyle Shanahan do what he need to do to not make sure that the rookie defensive coordinator don't get gashed?
All right. I want to respond to that. Let me read this contribution here from Biniam.
Man, bump that contribution. No, I'm just playing.
I just want to read it.
No,
I want because it's been on the screen for a while, and I do want to take it off because our names aren't on the screen anymore. He says, "How about porn star Jimmy though?" And Jimmy Garoppolo finished the game 17 of 25, 314 yards and a touchdown, 12.6 yards per attempt. This to me this was a solid game by Jimmy. I would like to see more touchdowns, but you guys got to remember they pulled Jimmy out and let Trey Lance complete the 5-yard touchdown pass. Also, I mean, the passing game is a passing game. I don't know if I can separate Jimmy from Lance anymore, and I'm just going to look at what the quarterbacks do. And so if you look at the quarterback, they were 18 of 26 for 319 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I'm going to take that every week, especially when the run game is popping the way that it was. So I did like what I saw from the quarterback position, including Jimmy Garoppolo. The first play of the game was weird. He took onus for that. I liked him owning that at the microphone. He made a little joke. Oh, I knew you were going to ask me about that. You know what I'm saying? I was just a little too anxious. I got to stay there a little bit longer and get the ball and da-da-da-da. And we heard about that happening all offseason. They said the snaps were a little bit different with Alex Mack in there. And also, I like Jimmy. Okay, so I do want to answer that question. But I want to get back to what Wayne was saying. Kyle has the end-all, be-all say in roster moves and personnel and all. So why is he doing that to the defensive side of the ball? But let me ask you guys this question. And I want you guys to answer me because I think the reason I'm not as upset as everybody else on the show right now is because I expected this. And that really, really factors into how disappointed you are with the outcome of the game. And so this is not me patting myself on the back saying, oh, I told y'all this was going to. This isn't that. I expected this. Guys, we had a 28-point lead. If you can't build up a cushion and take your foot off the gas, then when the hell can you do it?
Why do you have to do it though?
Because we had a 28-point lead.
But you don't have to do it, Mike. Like if you're trying to show dominance and pure dominance and add this fear factor into the league, it's not like our reserves are that great. Obviously, we see that they're not. It would have been different if they came in the game and they added at least 7-14 to that, to extend the lead a little bit more than the 28.
They added 10.
But they didn't add a lot. And then you had to put your starters back in, right?
Okay, Nick, let me ask Nick this because you're right. You are right. I'm not disagreeing with you. But Nick, let me ask you this question. Nick, not Alfred, but this Nick. And then Alfred, you can respond after. Wasn't the fear implemented when we put up 31 points in the first half?
Apparently not.
No, I don't understand.
You don't think that put fear in the Eagles?
You're talking to somebody who I don't like setting people the final game of the season going into playoffs. You're talking to I don't ever think a starter who is making all the money should come out of a football game no matter how many points are on the board. You get paid to do a job, go out there, continue to keep your foot on their necks, and continue to play football. I'm not with this pulling starters out because you have a comfortable lead. Injuries are going to happen. You need to take your chance and play football. Like, I just don't – I'm not with you on that. Like, I don't care how much we're up. Same reason I was like, I don't care how many we're up, taking Jimmy Garoppolo out and putting Trey Lance in. I don't give a shit. You go in there with your team because once you start getting lackluster and pulling people out, what are you sending to the players? Like
guys,
you play 16 games, 17 games a year. Come on.
All right. I hear you. And I swear to you, I understand what you're saying. But I'm going to bounce this to Alfred down here, right? Because we were up 28 and then Jason Verrett gets injured. Is that not a sign, hey, let me take my starters out because we don't want to lose these guys for the rest of the season? We're up 28 points when Verrett gets injured. Alfred, is he really wrong? Is Kyle wrong at that point in the game? You lose your cornerback one for the rest of the freaking season. That's not the time to pull somebody in the fourth quarter? You don't start taking guys like Nick Bosa out and Dee Ford out when you're up 28 points in the fourth quarter?
I think logically, I think I get where you're coming from with it, yo. And yes, so yes, you do. But the moment the mojo starts to change, they go back in. Does that make sense? because the A you secure the victory. And so I see. So here's why I say that. I see it in basketball all the time. Now, basketball and football are two different sports. Basketball's momentum shifted just like the NFL, but basketball has less players to savage through, right? And so with football, I really feel like it's kind of hard to pull them out because each piece works off the other piece. And so, like, when you pull them out, when you pull out the unit, like, I get it. You know what? Let's rest the starters. Let's do this. Let's do that. We got a comfortable lead. Understood. But the moment the scrappy team, the team they ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't got dookie to lose, right? I'm trying not to say any bad words. They got nothing to lose. The team, they start clawing back. The moment you see an onside kick not go your way, because Mike, you're 100% correct, bro. Like those are the momentum shifts. Not the Debo thing. It's not. I felt like that play meant more, like Nick, but that momentum shift, the way you put it, that is the momentum shift. That swung the game, right? Because they not only did they get the ball, they had good field position, and they got a touchdown out of it. Not even 3 points, they got a touchdown. So that was a momentum shift. But the moment the coach has to know that moment, this something not right. It's like you got to have that innate feeling saying something not right. Something right. I could feel an inkling of something not going our way. Guys, I need y'all to go back out there. I understand that he got hurt. I understand this is that and there, but we don't know the severity of the injury right now. And I need y'all to put y'all game faces back on and go out there and secure this victory. And I think if he would have did that, which he did in the latter part of the comeback. But I think the moment you feel like it's about to happen, the coach has to know. They have to have that gut feeling like this something about to go down, like something don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? And so yes, I agree with you, but I think that's when the coach has to make that decision and say, look, this ain't right. So Nick, I get it. You're right. All gas, no brakes. But when the lead is super comfortable and you feel like you can get out of there
in the fourth quarter, 4 scores,
and you feel like you can get out of there, then you go ahead and let them go. But the moment that junk starts slipping, Nick, I'm with you, bro. Bring them suckers back in. Them guys got to come back in.
Yeah, I want to get Alfred's thought. He's still in here with audio. He's not in here with the microphone right now. But I want to get Alfred's thoughts. Tony's in here also. I'm going to add Tony to
the camera. You mean?
I'm trying to add Tony to the stream. He keeps like leaving and coming back. It says remove. Oh, Tony's audio only. Alfred, what do you think, man? You're up 4 scores. Your corner 1, top 5 corner in the league, gets injured for the season. He's done. You don't think that's the time to start pulling players? Honestly. And everybody has said we shouldn't have done it because we're using hindsight and we're looking at how they march back down the field. But as a coach, you're not doing that same thing?
Thing is, this isn't preseason, right? It's week 1, games on the line.
No, that's not true. Wait. Hold on really quick. Let me stop you there. The game was not on the line when he sat guys. We were up 4 scores. The game was nowhere near on the line when Kyle did that.
So, all right. So I'll rephrase that. So we're in a good position, blah, blah, blah. We've pulled starters and all of a sudden the game is going, right? So personally, me, I wouldn't have pulled the stars because we nearly shit the bed. And that's the problem. That's the problem with all of this. I was worried, really worried, that we were actually going to lose the game. And that worried me, seriously.
Okay. And I think that's fair. I think that if at any point in time, and I think that's what Breezy was saying, I even think that's what Nick was saying, is that when you feel like the momentum is shifting, you got to put those guys back in. I think that's what everybody was saying. Is Tony still here or no? Nick, can you tell? I'm on my computer. Brewer, I don't know exactly what you said. You said, Mike, did you really just say that? I don't know what you were talking about, but yes, I said it. If you're asking if I said it, I did say it. I can't tell if Tony's still a guest in here or not because I can't see.
He's got to unmute himself. I can't even unmute him because he muted himself. So.
Logan says, I personally don't like pulling starters, but I fully understand why Kyle did it, especially after the injuries. Now, how many players did we lose this game, guys? We lost Mostert.
We lost Verrett.
We lost Verrett. There was one more.
Dre Greenlaw.
Greenlaw got hurt too?
Groin injury.
When? I missed that.
I do know they pulled Greenlaw for a little bit. I know that they pulled him for a little bit. And I remember Aziz coming back in there and playing.
Aziz came out, but he came back in and he had some good saving tackles.
Charlie Warner, Dre Greenlaw.
Warner was the guy.
So 4 players.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm with Logan. But again, that's what I was saying all along. And I'm not arguing with anybody here. I'm trying to put myself in the coach's position. And I think
Flanagan Foles. That was another one.
He got hurt too.
Who?
That's why Fred Warner came back.
Wait, who? Nick?
He only put Fred Warner back in the game when Flanagan Foles got knocked out.
He got knocked out too.
That was the wind. I think that was the wind knocked out of him though, right? Because Kyle said at the end of the presser he only read 3 names. At the beginning of his presser, he named 3 players who were out and didn't come back. I'll try to pull it up.
He said Greenlaw with a groin, Mostert with a knee, and Jason Verrett with a knee. Well, he didn't even mention Jason Verrett.
No, he did. He said Verrett with a knee and he didn't return. And then he said Mostert with a knee didn't return, and someone else he said didn't return also. He definitely named 3. It was right at the beginning of the presser. I'll play it really quick because we won't get flagged for that, so I'm not worried about it. I'll pull that up right now. We'll play that, and you guys just stay patient with us. Don't get angry, don't get upset or anything. We don't want to hear the State Farm commercial here. But Logan, thank you for the contribution, man. It's a catch-22. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. If he left guys in there and we got more injured and we continue to dominate, if we won this game by 21 points, 30 points, 31 points, and we lost those same 3 guys, everybody would be saying, why were they in for so long? I just feel like Kyle's catching a raw deal right here. And I swear to God, I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just putting myself in the coach's position.
I don't understand how you can I disagree with that, Mike. Like players are they're football players and they're meant to play the game, right? The whole game. They prep to play the whole 60 minutes. That's what we ask for players to do. If they get hurt, they get hurt. There's no you don't know if they're gonna get hurt. So you don't know when to pull them out. I don't think you pull guys out. I just don't think you pull guys out.
But he didn't start pulling people until after Verrett got hurt.
I don't think you pull guys out due to injury. Now, if you're going to pull guys out because you got a comfortable lead and you want to give some reps to some of the other players, that's different.
That's what he did.
He pulled them out. You just said he pulled them out because of injury.
He saw the injury and said, "Oh shit,
right.
let me not risk anybody." So,
but I feel like you missed. So what I'm saying is, I don't think you should pull guys out because the person just gets injured. I think you should pull them out. Let's say Jason Verrett didn't get injured, and we were up by 28 points. Then if you want to start pulling your starters, you pull your starters. You know what I'm saying? Give them some rest. Get the younger guys.
So you're saying don't react. Let that be part of the game.
There you go.
I got you. And like I said, I'm not trying to argue with nobody. I just want to see if we're all on the same page or not. That's all. Here's Kyle right at the beginning of the presser. I'm going to play it now.
Injuries. We had Raheem with a knee, didn't return. Greenlaw groin, didn't return, and Verrett knee also didn't return.
There you go. So Greenlaw, Verrett, and Mostert. So that's that here. And then here's another contribution here. Nick, do me a favor, take this. I'm going to run inside and grab something really quick, okay? I'm gonna turn my camera off. I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah. I don't want to hear it. Oh, yeah. I don't want to hear it. McBain says, I agree with Mike. This was just a perfect storm of circumstances that didn't go into our favor. It's something to learn from.
I don't understand what they're talking about.
I don't know either. I think the pooling. Look, I'm not going to sit here and continue to beat a dead horse. To me, Kyle Shanahan even said himself, I got a little scared when Jason Verrett went down and I started pulling people and I shouldn't have done that. He literally said that himself, the coach. So I don't understand why people are saying that he's right. He's not right. He pulled people as soon as somebody got injured because he was scared. You can't. Tony, what's up, my guy? I like that sweatshirt, that hoodie.
What's up, buddy?
Thanks. Like, yeah, no worries. I'm just, I don't know. Tony, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
I don't know where to begin. I thought we were impressive. Let's go to the positives. I think the offensive line played a hell of a game. I think you saw why Kyle went after Alex Mack. He really solidified the offensive line overall, helped Jimmy when he would can out of a play. He would switch the protection on the line. I think it really took a lot off of Jimmy where Jimmy could just focus on playing the quarterback position instead of being like the manager or the coach on the field to switch protections and switch pull-out coverages and stuff. So I think that's a huge plus. I think Trent Williams had a hell of a game. I think McGlinchey had a hell of a game minus the one play where they got the sack off the edge. A major concern is our defensive line, I think, for a position that was very deep and was talked about the most in the offseason. I do think it was a little scary, especially in the run game. You know, you're talking we had 2, 3, 4 deep at the interior, and they pretty much got smoked in the beginning of the game. D'Amico Ryans, I'm a little concerned about. I don't know what he was doing. Whatever he did in the preseason looks totally different than what he showed today, in a bad way. And as far as like the putting the players in and stuff like that, like you guys were just talking about, my thing is if we have which we did, a 28-point lead, a 4-touchdown lead at one point in this game. In my opinion, D Ford should not be on the field. Guys that are coming off a big serious injury should not be on the field because you're risking something. I know they make big money. I know that's their job. They have to play. I agree with that 100%. But a 28-point lead, me personally, I'm not putting D Ford out there. I wouldn't put Bosa out there because of their circumstance with coming off the injury. That's just how I feel. But I mean, like if there's players that are healthy, you know, you let them run with it. But my thing is, God forbid something happens to like a major player and we're up 28-0. Everyone's going to ask the media, everybody, the fan base, why was he out there with a 28-point lead? So it's kind of like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. It's really sad what happened to Verrett because I really thought that he would have a big year this year with that pass rush. Like thought it would be, but I don't know. It's just a tough situation.
And I agree. I agree with you on that. I agree that if it's guys that are coming off major injuries that are on a snap count, yes, but you don't pull Fred Warner out because you're afraid of injury.
So the only way a guy can be sat if we have a comfortable lead is if they had previous injuries.
Those two guys were on snap counts, Mike, coming into the game. D Ford was already on the snap count. Fred Warner is not on snap counts. You don't sit your middle linebacker.
I understand what you're saying, and I'm not talking about the injured guys. I'm asking you a very specific question. So what you're saying is, and I'm trying to make sure I'm understanding you. The only way a player
do you think the media is going to ask the 49ers why was Jason Verrett out there with a 4 touchdown lead? No, they're not going to. They asked that if D Ford and Nick Bosa got injured again when they were coming off major injuries. Absolutely, 100%. They are not going to give a shit about asking about why was Jason Verrett out there because they expect Jason Verrett out there.
Yes, I'm not asking about our media. I'm asking you a direct question. So I want to know if what you're saying is the only time you should pull a starter is if they have shown a history of injury.
It's not a history of injury. It's not a history of injury, Mike. They just came off major injuries.
Yeah,
you have depth at your thing.
So that's the only time. So that's the only time you should pull a starter is if they're just coming off an injury. Nick, you don't believe that.
It depends.
You don't believe that, Nick.
Bro, when have I ever said pull a guy when you're up? When have I ever said that? I don't even believe in sitting guys on.
And I'm putting you on the spot now. You've never said it because I've never asked the question before. I'm asking you right now. We were up with 4 minutes in the game, 4 touchdowns, bro. They couldn't sniff the end zone. They couldn't sniff the end zone all game long. And now I'm asking you a very direct question. If we're up 4 scores with 4 minutes left in the game, you're telling me the only time or the only players that should be pulled are the ones that are coming off of major injuries? Those are the only players that should be pulled. You don't believe that, bro.
I don't believe any player should be
Not a single one of y'all watching or on this panel believe that. Not a single one of y'all believe that, bro.
Okay.
I'm not.
I want you to tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. I don't want anybody to leave the field. If you're getting paid money to play, you go out there and you play.
You're paid
my
money
stance.
to win.
That has been my stance ever. I don't even agree with sitting on people if you have the number 1 seed locked up, Mike. So you're coming at me for a guy that doesn't even agree with starters sitting, going in, even if you have the first division locked up, because I don't want to see players get lackluster like they did in Baltimore or like they do in LA.
That's not the same.
It's not the same.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not the same, because we saw the Ravens have the number 1 seed locked up 2 weeks by the end of the season, right? The Ravens had the number 1 seed locked up in week 15. They sat their players in week 17. They had the bye week, and then they came out cold and they got smoked in the first round of the playoffs. I'm with you. Don't sit those guys. But in a game, let's say those same Ravens player played in week 17 and they're up 30 points. You're not sitting your starters and getting them ready for the postseason. You're lying if you say that's true. You are lying if you say that's true, Nick.
We'll see.
Because I have never once. They're up 31 points in the fourth quarter. You're telling me you still running out there.
This is not week. This is not week 17, and this is not the postseason. This is week 1, and you're trying to put your imprint on this season. So this is not week. But you want to continue to be up.
What would you have said if we lost this game? You wouldn't have said you shouldn't have taken people out?
We were never in danger of losing this game.
Bullshit.
No bullshit, my ass. Not one time with the starters out there were we in danger of losing this game. The starters allowed 17 points this entire game. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. The starters on defense allowed 17 points. That's not an opinion. That's what happened, bro.
Never mind. I'm not gonna keep beating a dead horse.
No, talk to me, because you guys are saying stuff, but I'm telling you that you guys don't agree with what you're saying. You're just
I agree with what I'm saying. You're trying to tell me that I don't agree with what I'm saying. You're trying to continue keep going. I agree with what I'm saying. It's week 1. You don't pull your starters because you're afraid of injury. You don't do it. Kyle Shanahan said himself, I should not have done that because I got caught up with the injury on Jason Verrett and got scared and pulled my players. He said himself he was wrong.
I don't care. You would have done the same thing in that situation.
Okay.
I know.
I know what he said. I understand what he said. That's the coach falling on the sword. That's what he's supposed to do. Hey, guys, I fucked up. I shouldn't have pulled everybody. The game got closer than what I thought it was going to. Okay? You guys don't expect the backups to go out there and be just as good as the starters. That's why they were able to come back.
I wonder what it's like.
The reason they were able to come back is because the backups were out there. The starters allowed 17 points. And if this is a game that we're heading into, if this is week 18, the final week of the season, we got our seed locked up, we got nothing to play for, and we're up 4 scores in the fourth quarter, you want every single starter on the bench. And you know it. You know it.
I agree. Wait, you said it was 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter when he pulled anybody. That fourth quarter seemed like it was an eternity. So I just totally lost time and track of time.
I'm only saying that because that's what the contribution said. I don't know the exact time. It could have been 6 minutes. It could have been 7 minutes. But we were up 4 scores in the fourth quarter.
Hypothetically, let's say it's six minutes.
I'll tell you what.
Left.
I'll give you factual. I'll give you factual.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Just say hypothetically it's 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and you have a 28-point lead.
It was 17. It was 17 to 38 in the fourth quarter to start.
17-38.
What to start the fourth?
It was 17-38 to start the fourth quarter.
All right, so 15 minutes with a 28-point lead. I mean,
now lie to me and tell me you want all your starters out there still.
I guess
I dare one of y'all to lie to me and say you still want them out there.
I do. I expect the starters to play the whole game. I don't sub. I expect them to play the game. I'm sorry, Mike. So you can say what you want. You can yell at who you want.
He
But
can keep.
I
He's going to
expect
keep
my
going
starters to
because
play.
we don't agree with his opinion. It's his opinion.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm just asking for y'all opinion. That's all.
And we've given it to you
We've
like
said
3
it.
times.
So I want y'all to officially go on record saying that if we're up,
We already officially went on record, dude.
I'm
It's
not
already
doing
on
this.
this record.
I'm not doing this with you.
Okay.
I'm not doing this with you.
Okay. All right. I hear it. I hear it now. Now, next game, when we're blowing somebody out and they get hurt on the last drive, I don't want to hear, that player should not have been in there.
Who is Jameis Winston, Mike? Because did you pick this dude?
What I tell you?
Did you tell me?
I got him in the fantasy league. What I tell you?
I'm sorry. He just threw a bomb. Touchdown.
But it's cool. And listen, guys, I respect all of your opinions. I swear to God, I do. I swear I respect everybody's opinion on here. And Nick, I do know that you are the guy that says, why are we doing this? I know that about you, Nick. But I'm telling you that we're using hindsight and we're letting that cloud our judgment right now.
I don't feel like I'm using hindsight because personally, if he pulled his starters, I get it. But he's pulling his starters because of injury, and I understand the logic in it, right? But that's not something that I would do. Like if I was a head coach, I'm playing my players because it's a football game. And I get it. And people are going to get injured.
The Packers have benched Aaron Rodgers.
Why? He's paid to start.
Because he's dookie.
Like
what's the score in that game?
They're getting their ass
3-38.
Like 3 interceptions. So no, it's not the same thing.
Why not? He's paid to start. He should be out there starting and playing.
So if you're playing
according
like
to
shit,
you, Nick, according to you, there's no situation that a starter should not be on the field, right?
Oh my God, are you serious right now?
Isn't that what you just said?
Green Bay is losing.
And
they're getting their asses stomped because the player is playing like shit. That's a different story, Mike. That has nothing to do with pulling your guys because of an injury.
How much time is left in that game?
Oh my God.
I'm asking what? Oh my God, what? How much time is left in the game?
I don't know. It's
nobody wants to answer me now, right? Now
I just said I don't fucking know because it's not showing me. That's what I said.
I'll ask Google. I'll find out how much time is left in the game, and I'm
in the first place.
And I'm going to prove a point right here. Saints versus Packers.
It's 10 minutes.
Uh-oh. Now listen to this. Here we go. Now here's the catch-22. I love a lifetime ass whooping right here. It's 9 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. Okay. Now y'all telling me, because this is exactly what happened with the Niners. This is exactly what happened with the Niners. They came back. This is exactly what happened with the Niners. And it was less time than this. Now tell me why Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be out there.
To the Niners.
Tell me why Aaron Rodgers shouldn't be out there, bro.
That is not, they're losing. So he should be out there. They're not winning. It's a different scenario.
So
how is it?
Wait, I got it. So the losing team has the right to bench their players. The starting team has to keep their starters out there and risk injury. That's what you're saying. That makes more sense to you?
You think Aaron Rodgers got benched because he's Aaron Rodgers?
I don't care why he got benched. I'm asking you if you agree with it.
No, I don't.
Now you're being consistent, and that's what I want to hear.
No,
you said no, I don't agree with him being benched.
I said Aaron Rodgers should not have been benched. I didn't hear you
say that. I missed it.
I don't care. They're losing. He is the star quarterback on that team. To win a football game, he should not be sitting.
Nick, I am sorry. Already? I did not hear you say that. I thought you said it's different because they're losing. I apologize. So my bad. I thought you said
he's saying the reason why they benched him is because they're losing.
And what I'm saying is,
that's what he said. He didn't say he would bench Aaron Rodgers. You get what I'm saying?
Say that again.
He's saying the reason why Aaron Rodgers is benched is because they're getting their ass whipped.
And he's playing like shit. And it's wrong. You don't pull a guy out.
But Nick is not saying
when you're losing.
He's not saying that I would bench Aaron Rodgers. He expects him to be out there.
He's saying why the coach benched him.
Right.
But I wanted Nick to say I would not bench him, and he did say that. He just said that, so I don't have anything else to argue about. That's what I wanted to hear. That he wouldn't bench Aaron Rodgers in that situation, because to me it doesn't make sense that the winning team can't sit their starters, but the losing team can. So I thought you were
I'm
contradicting
saying
yourself.
any starter,
Yeah.
whether you're
Yeah.
winning or losing, should not leave the football field, especially when you're losing.
Oh, so it's even worse what they're doing.
Yeah, like why?
I like it.
Why are you
I
pulling
like
your
it. Okay,
starter?
no. Now you're consistent. My bad. I completely missed it. I missed you saying. I did not hear you say that. I promise. So my bad. My bad. All right. I was gonna say because I was about to get on you, bro. Don't tell me that because 10 minutes is way more time than what Jared Goff had, and he brought them back 4 touchdowns down. He brought it back to a 1-possession game. Aaron Rodgers can't do that. So I'm with you. Don't bench him. Get out there and earn that paycheck. Like that's what you've been saying the whole time. Earn that paycheck. That's okay. So we're on the same page. My bad. My apologies. Brandon is saying we missed his contribution. Can anybody scroll up and see a contribution? This is the last one I see here, and it says God Almighty. But let me keep scrolling. I don't see anything else. So I'm sorry. I don't see it. I'm sorry. Guys, are there any more negatives that y'all want to talk about? Because I swear to God, there was a ton of positives in this game. And by the way, when you bench all your starters on defense, the opposing starting team should start to score. That's expected, right?
That's common sense.
Yeah. So yeah. That's why I don't think that it was such a big deal. Now, what happened? What really changed the game for us? It wasn't so much what the defense did. It was the special teams turnover, and it was the Debo fumble. So that was like the really, really crucial thing that could have been really bad for us, because without those turnovers, they scored on one of them. They scored on one of those 2. That was the George Kittle off the face mask thing. They got the touchdown on that one. That made it a 1-possession.
Correct.
Right. So what I'm saying is, when you pull your starters, you expect to give something, right? You expect to give them some yards or some points or whatever when you pull your starters. I think we all agree to that, right? Hey, 49ers, Lakers, you're right. We spent an hour on one thing. That's what the Overreaction show is. And by the way, it ain't been no hour. Okay, we only been on for an hour and 10 minutes. Don't do that, Nick. I see you. And I saw you try to do the little shrug like, hey, I tried to tell him. Shut up, Nick. Shut up, Nick.
I'm just saying. I do have one negative. I don't know if it's a negative or not, but you know that I'm very hard on Fred Warner. And I don't think Fred Warner played well
just
today.
got rocked.
I know that Fred Warner led the team in tackles, if I'm not mistaken. But what else did you want to see from him? I tell you what I wanted to see from. Actually, no. Let me shut up. You tell me what you want to see from Fred Warner.
No, I just think. Oh, he said Brandon Trejo was his contribution. If the finals 41-17 and JV gets injured, what's the story? Shanahan should have pulled starter. I don't agree with that though, and I won't ever agree with that.
Guys,
and everybody would have said the same thing. Everybody would have said the same thing.
I just feel like we just need to accept that injuries are going to happen. Like at the end of the day, they're going to happen. So why are we crying about injuries? Like they're going to happen.
That's why you build your team with depth. That's your job as a coach.
And that's why you got to be on the waiver wire. Like if you don't play fantasy football and understand what GMs have to do, you got to be looking for the next man up. That's the name of the game. Cats that start the season typically don't always end the season. And so injuries are going to come, yo. So at this point, I've come to fruition with just accepting injuries. It sucks that it's to our starting number 1 cornerback. You know, it would suck if it happened to our starting quarterback. It would suck if it happens to anybody, even on people on the practice squad. Injuries they suck, but they happen. And so you just got to figure out what's the best way to manage through the injuries. And so going forward, we got to figure it out. In the game, you can't just pull your team out again because somebody got injured. What if everybody get injured and you have nobody to play with? Like, what are you going to do? So, like, at the end of the game, we just got to go out there. Our guys got to go out there, play football, continue to make plays. As far as Fred Warner is concerned, I wanted to touch on whoever commented about the Fred Warner. Guys, he was all over the field, man. And then they were playing this weird zone coverage to where everything was underneath. They were deep. They were giving up those underneath routes, but they were trying to attack back on the guy. So Fred Warner didn't make super interception, force fumble type of plays, but he made tackles.
But there was a lot of times that he wasn't even covering the TJ Hawkinson. Like they were using K'Wan Williams, and I think, and in my opinion, I love Shark, but he looks slow as shit today.
It's not even about him being slow. There's no way he's covering that tight end.
Right. So you put a guy who played
safety.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm upset with Fred Warner. Like, why was he not on coverage unit today?
Because that's the scheme, bro. That's not him.
That's what I was gonna say. And Nick, I don't know if you remember at halftime, I said that. Why did I see Verrett tackling Hockenson so much in the first half? I said that exact thing to you. If Fred Warner's supposed to be this good guy in coverage, good guy in the run game, why isn't he covering their best weapon? The tight end, the linebacker, that is a matchup. Why wasn't it happening? It's exactly what I said at the during the halftime show. So I'm with you. I was gonna say, what would you have liked to see different? But that you answered it. That's exactly what it was. I'm glad I didn't say it. That's perfect. That is perfect. I wanted to see Fred Warner say, you know what? I'm not gonna let TJ Hockenson take this game over. I'm gonna get him. I got him. Now I understand he can't make his own play calls. That's on D'Amico and that's on the coaching staff. But why? Like, what else do we need to see? Hockenson was all over the place, man. He was all over the place.
He was their main target until the end. And they started putting tart on him.
I'm sorry, 49 Giant Warrior with a $5 contribution says, every sport they bench the starters with a big league. Have the 49ers been losing so much, y'all forgot? He's talking to y'all.
They don't start baseball, so don't come at me with every sport. They don't bench players in baseball with big leagues.
They don't.
They definitely don't.
Every game.
They don't bench players in baseball. What happens is they look for certain different matchups, and if they feel they got certain guys that could come in, they rotate guys and they go to different things. But there's not really a benching in baseball. As far as basketball, if you were listening to the show 49er Giant Warriors earlier, I made that comparison, and I said they do that in basketball as well. It's just a different number of players. You're talking about 5 players to 11 players. That's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Benching 5 to benching 11, that's 6. That's a whole difference. And plus, the chemistry in football, where one piece makes the machine work, you take certain pieces out, there's going to be some issues, there's some miscommunication, right? You even saw in the starting defense when Jimmy Ward, who was he yelling at and yapping at with the miscommunication? Was it Jason Verrett? It was somebody, and it was like a miscommunication on a play on the defense. And so this is the reason why you don't want to take your starters out, because if the starters are miscommunicating, can you imagine what the non-starters are going to do? People keep talking about Ambry Thomas and how he got burnt and toasted, whatever. How about the one play I saw Ambry Thomas get beat on? Wasn't Ambry Thomas' fault. The dude was covering the dude, and that was just a beautiful throw drop over the other shoulder of the wide receiver. How do you defend that? Help me out. Do I need to call Eric Crocker? Because I have no idea. He turned his head around. He was on the ball. He was going to try to make a play on the ball, and the ball was just over. And that's when what's your boy Dante Johnson gave up the touchdown on the next play. And so
that was good ball placement on that throw.
Thank you. Like, that was beautiful ball placement.
I couldn't hear Tony. What did he say?
That was good ball placement on that throw.
Yeah. No, sometimes you just get beat by the throw. You know. Oh shit! It's a dragon trying to eat me.
The dragon.
We got another contribution here from Kevin, and he says to prevent. They went prevent with the second squad. Ryan changed the play style with a different unit. You can still play aggressive with the second unit on D. This is something that, you know, this is what I thought was happening. But
I don't like the way they use Ambry Thomas as well. They let Deommodore Lenoir play press. If you watch the game, he was pressed up on the wide receiver the whole game. That's Ambry Thomas's strength. Why do they always tell him to play back off of the wide receiver? Like, I don't understand why he's playing Richard Sherman depth when he doesn't have to play Richard Sherman depth. If he plays more press coverage and that man, if they allow him to play that more, he'll probably be winning more and not allowing these guys to get open on certain plays.
Personally, I think that would have been the play call, even if the starters were in there. The problem is that we were expecting the backups to execute it just as good. I think we would have won.
I'm just talking about. About what I see from what I've been seeing from Ambry Thomas from camp all the way up until now. His strength is press man. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's his strength.
I can't speak to that because I wasn't paying that much attention. So I get what you're saying. He
struggles in zone. How do I know? Well, Don Brown don't play zone. He never played it. Right? That's not his strength. And so that was my gripe.
Now we got this post here from Seth Walder. 49ers cornerback Diamador Lenore as a nearest defender. Per NFL Next Gen Stats, 55 coverage snaps, 4 targets, 1 reception, 3 yards allowed. Number
And the pass
wise,
interference too.
that's quite the debut for a 5th-round rookie. Guys, I mean, I know that there's a lot. I know you guys, we've been talking about the negatives for the first hour and 20 minutes, but this has got to be a bright spot. Is Lenore better than what we thought he was going to be?
I mean, it appears. Go ahead, Tony.
No, go, Wayne. You're good.
It appears to be like he's better, but we still don't know because I mean, who are the wide receivers he was covering? Like you got to factor that in there when you talk about that. So let's kind of take him game by game. I like what we're seeing. I like the production you're getting from Lenore. But let's see what happens when he has to cover DeAndre Hopkins or Christian Kirk or just a different set of wide receivers and how he fares up. If he passes those tests, he's as good as golden, man. That's a 5th-round steal.
I like the way when we drafted him. I said this. I like the way he's wired. He's that corner. He like the mentality. His mentality. If you want to build a corner, you want to use his mentality. He'll get in your face. If he gets beat or he gives up a catch, he'll brush it off and come right back and do the same thing again. That's the type of mentality you want in a corner, and I think that's why his transition from Oregon and being a 6th-round, 5th-round pick it's coming to the NFL. It's a smoother transition because he has the ability to say, "Oh shit, whatever, I gave that up. This one, no one's getting nothing on me." That's what you want.
I don't care who was it against. The kid played. Like, I mean, you know, Wayne, you said it before, like with the whole Trey Lance stuff. I don't care if it's 1st, 2nd, 3rd stringers out there. They're NFL players, like you guys say. So the kid came out there in a debut, and it wasn't too big for him. It doesn't matter who he's going up against. You got to remember, just think about all the nerves this kid probably had. It's his first NFL game. It's an away game. He's starting. Wasn't expecting to be starting, right? You know, I mean, you would think that they probably think they want to start, but most rookies don't, you know, unless you're a 1st-round pick, you don't really start. But the kid held his own. He came out there and played, and give him props, man. It is definitely the kid has the aspiration to get better, and I think he will get better in the NFL.
I do agree with Wayne on the who. The who does make a difference because we watch our corner 2 give up double-digit passes to Hopkins. We said, yeah, well, that was Hopkins. So the who absolutely makes a difference, right? Like, can we all agree on that?
I think so, but yeah.
The who does make a difference. Now you don't want them. Now if he put up those numbers and he was on Hopkins all game, we'd be like, oh shit, we got CB1 right here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But we do as a fan base, we have made excuses for players based off of who they are going up against. You know what I'm saying? Now this game there was no who. The name didn't matter, and that was to Nick's point. It didn't matter because you know it was whoever they had starting at the time. But they didn't have that guy over there. You know, they're tearing my ankles up. They didn't have that guy out there. And so that does make a difference. That does play into it a little bit. Not much. I understand what Nick is saying, but for the most part, these guys are all starters for a reason. I understand what Nick was saying, but the who absolutely does make a difference. I just thought that was good for Diamador Lenore. I thought that he had a really good game. There's a couple of players I thought had really good games. I'm a little upset.
That's what it is for Diamador Lenore. It's a confidence booster. It's going to make him want to play even better. Like, that's what it is.
For sure.
You know, and we all talked about this is a perfect game to start Trey Lance. Like, this was a perfect game to get Diamador Lenore out there to start and get that under his belt. Real play, like game playing time. And I'm happy that the Niners made that decision over Dante Johnson because I really thought Dante Johnson was going to start. But they made the choice of Diamador Lenore. I like that.
Okay. And you remember during our preview shows and everything, I said this is the perfect game for us to get a rookie out there to see what they've got because they don't have any threatening wide receivers. So, again, the who is coming into play. Now, we wouldn't have said that, at least in my opinion, if it was a team with the DK Metcalf or the, you know, I'm not – how tall is Diamador? Anybody off the top of your head?
5'10" or 11, I think.
I think he's 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think he's 6
I don't
foot.
want him on a 6'4" DK Metcalf. You get what I'm saying? I would prefer Dante Johnson on him just because of the size matchup. But that's me and my personal preference. Who the hell am I? But yeah, so I want to ask you guys this: give me an offensive and defensive player of the game for you guys. And I know it's going to be hard because we did a lot today. We spread the ball around, and keep in mind when we bench players, don't let that cloud your judgment. A guy did go off, but what are your guys' thoughts on the game so far? Offense and defensive players of the game.
I
Why
like
don't
what
we
Drake.
go?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Tony.
Defensively, I like what Drake Greenlaw did. I think he had one hell of a game. He's flying all over the field, making overfield tackles. I know he missed one, but then the interception and return for a touchdown. I thought he looked really solid today, and it's very encouraging to see him take that next step. Offense. Fuck it, I'll go out and say it. I think Jimmy Garoppolo had a hell of a game today. I really do. I think that the Niners finally identified that they really did need to improve the center position, and it took a lot of weight off of Jimmy's shoulders, and it just allowed him to focus on playing quarterback instead of playing the manager and stuff, like I said earlier. But my thing is, I don't know why Kyle Shanahan waited so long to move him around in the pocket rather than just dropping him back all the time like he did previously. There's a 90-day difference when you can move him outside a little bit, even if it's like 2 yards from the center, like to the left or to the right, even if he goes to the hash. It gives the receiver to give an extra second to get open, take that extra step open and make it easier to throw for Jimmy. And that's what I thought stood out today. So, he had a great game, I think. I would give him the ball. Yeah, I would give him a game ball. My big concern is what the hell happened to Ayuk?
Ayuk is still hindering with that hamstring, he said.
Then what the hell was he doing back returning a punt?
I just don't think this was Ayuk's game. That's all. That could be me.
Mike,
that's
he was
me.
not on the field at all except for that punt return.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think this was his game.
No, I think he took some snaps, didn't he?
Oh, I didn't see him. I saw Sherfield. I saw Jennings before him.
Kyle said something that I thought was very interesting in the presser. He said Sherfield earned the reps over Ayuk.
Yep, he did. He said that.
Those were his words. This is not me, expounding on anything. Those were his words. That Sherfield earned those reps over Ayuk. I thought that was telling, and we got to remember that Ayuk didn't have the offseason. Why were you looking at Tony's crotch? What is happening right now? Oh, there we go. He didn't have an offseason last year. He came in and just went right to it. There was no preseason. And we got to keep that in mind. And Sherfield, like it or not, I know it's not been, 5-6 years, but Sherfield is a veteran. Sherfield is a guy that has been around in the NFL. He's been around for a couple of off seasons and things like that, and he knows what it takes to prepare and get ready for a new game and a new system and things like that. And we all were very excited. We thought that we upgraded wide receiver 3 in Sherfield. Ayuk is going to get his reps. He's going to get his snaps. He's going to get his starts and all that, right? But I like what Kyle did. Let me go out here and run with the guys that are ready now. Let the young guys sit down and relax and put them back there. Now, I liked it. I liked it. But before we elaborate on that more, Wayne and Nick, I got to get your guys. I got to get your guys' answers for the players of the game on both sides of the ball. Tony, did you get? Oh, he said Greenlaw. He said Greenlaw and Jimmy. Greenlaw and Jimmy. Okay.
I'm going with Elijah Mitchell offensively, and defensively.
Elijah Mitchell finished the game with 19 carries, 104 yards, 38 was long, and a touchdown. 5.5 yards a pop, bro. 5.5 yards a pop.
Yeah, I'm going with Elijah Mitchell. I like this kid.
I like that.
I really like this kid. You guys, I've been saying it, I think, obviously. But defensively, I'm going to go with a guy that I'm going to go with Contavious Street. I thought Contavious had, while he didn't have a whole lot of run game, I think he could have got better. I think he could have got better in the run game, but his pressures were there. His push was there. He didn't get home all the time, but I thought he had a hell of a game for being back. Like, this is the contagious streak that I've been looking for. So it's not that he was the most dominant defensive player out there that I'm giving the game ball, but this is the guy that I've been looking for all these years that he's been here. And coming back, we're finally seeing what that pedigree of contagious streak could be.
3 tackles, 2 assists, 1 sack. I'm not mad at that, Nick. I like that. I like that a lot, man. All right, Wayne, it's on you, bro. Give me an offensive player and a defensive player.
Well, also offensive player, I'm gonna go with wide receiver 1, Deebo Samuel.
Yes, sir. That's where I was gonna go. I like it.
All right.
And Deebo finished the game with
189 yards. Yeah.
On 21 yards per.
Yeah.
Now he did have that 79-yard one that kind of skews those numbers a lot, right? But
he still would have 110 yards. Yeah, man.
He still got them bitches, right? Exactly. And the touchdown. So now he did have that fumble that kind of blemished it, and people are gonna, he shouldn't have dropped the ball in the clutch situation and all that, but it is what it is. Okay, he's only a third-year player. I mean, give it to him, right? I like that. I like it.
And defensively, I'm going with D Ford, man. I thought D Ford, he had a sack. He had plenty of pressures. This is a guy that no one said he was going to play again, even though I kept saying he'll be back. D Ford is he got through this game. I'm hoping he gets his rest and treatment and all that stuff, because if we're getting, and not only did we see D Ford, we saw a lot of D Ford. I thought D Ford was going to be rotational, point snap count, all this type of stuff. We saw D Ford in on a lot of third downs, a lot of downs. And so I'm thinking that this guy is only going to get healthier and healthier, even though that sounds weird during the football season, but he's getting his football legs back. D Ford was definitely a bright spot on this team. And I think him being back is one of the reasons why we had that 28-point lead at one point. And he sealed the deal.
Yeah, he had the 1 tackle, he had the 1 sack, and what's interesting is what you said. He played more snaps than you thought. Nick gave us an over/under. I don't know where Nick is. I was going to ask him what his number was, but he's not here right now. But D Ford was out there. He got dinged up a little bit. He said he twisted his ankle just a little bit. He said, but that's football stuff, nothing to worry about. I'm good to go. I'm ready to come back. So that was very positive. My players of the game, I'm going to go with Deebo Samuel on the offensive side of the ball again for all the reasons that Wayne said. And you know what I like the most about Deebo was after the fumble, we saw his face, because this is what the NFL does. In a close game, if you turn the ball over, you make a mistake, you jump off sides, whatever, they show your face between every snap. Like, hey, if they score, this is on you, right? And Deebo was down on one knee, helmet on the ground, and he was locked in. He was channeling all his energy to the defensive players. Guys, I fucked up. Hold me down. Hold me down. That's the energy that he was giving to that defense during that drive. And, it didn't fall on deaf ears. He went out to the podium after the game. He said, that was on me. I messed up. I just didn't see him. I thought there was nobody over there. And, he surprised me. He popped the ball out. He owned it. It's one thing to have a good game and then say, oh, well, it was a bad throw. Now, he did say something about a bad throw, but that's another story for another time. But he said, we got to catch those passes. We got to come down with them, and we got to keep it moving. So my offensive guy is going to be Deebo. I like his mindset.
Yeah.
In addition to what he put up on the field, his mindset was very, very impressive to me. And I'm going to go with, on defense, this might come as a surprise to you guys, but Azeez Al-Shaair.
Yeah.
He didn't have any sacks. He didn't have any interceptions, but Azeez made some very impressive one-on-one tackles today. He had some good third down tackles today. I was very, very impressed. I felt like they targeted him thinking he was the soft spot between Greenlaw and Warner. Let's target this guy. And Azeez made them pay for it a couple of times. I like what the young man showed. His biggest tackle of the game came late in the game, and he stood up and that was it. He didn't talk shit. He didn't look to the team for high fives or nothing like that. He stood up. He looked at the player on the ground, and then he walked away. Again, we're talking about mindset here. This is stuff that will permeate throughout the rest of the team, throughout the rest of the season. I like that a lot in what I saw in Azeez Al-Shaair tonight, stepping up big time. He had to fill in a couple of spots. People don't realize how much he moved around in the linebacker room today, from playing the Mike to the Sam and back to the Will. He moved around a lot, and he never flinched. So my hat tip goes to Azeez Al-Shaair. Those were all everybody's right in their own right. You know what I'm saying? You guys all have valid reasons for your guys, but that just shows you the depth of this team. You know, even throughout the injuries, we all named different guys on the defensive side of the ball. That tells you that this team is really good and we're ready to keep this thing moving. But I want to know, we talked about the negatives, guys. Guys, we got to win. The Niners are 1-0. We started on the road. I don't know if you guys remember, but last year we started at home against the Cardinals, and it didn't end this way. It did not end this way. There are some positives to take away from here. I want to know some more positives from you guys. Can we dig deep? Can we find some positives to leave the faithful with before we end this show?
One positive I noticed was definitely like I wanted to touch on this before you moved on for it, as far as with Debo. You're seeing a lot of maturity with this team. You're seeing like a lot of the young guys take that step and grow up, and you know, when they screw up, they take it. They wear it. Yeah, I did it. Let's get it back. That's a big positive. As far as the offense in general, I think that minus the first snap, I think that offense was looking pretty damn good. I think Debo, like your player of the game, had an excellent game. I think the defense played well. The linebackers played well. Being that we're keeping this positives, I'm not going to say my real big concern, but the offensive line, man, I was really super impressed with that offensive line. And pass protection and and some of the run plays. I know Mitchell's young; it's his first start. Is making a big step into the NFL. He's a young guy. There's a couple plays he ran into the back of some of the offensive linemen, but that's going to be corrected over time. But my number one thing is definitely maturity of this team from top to bottom.
All right, guys, feed me some more positives. Come on, guys, I want to hear it. Give me some reason to look forward to week 2.
I was going to say the offensive line, but Tony just touched on it. I mean, Trent Williams definitely looked good. That one, the one run where he came out like it's just normal Trent Williams. I think I even seen Daniel Brunskill on a long run pancake somebody. I mean, obviously I have to go back and rewatch the game as well too, because in the heat of the moment you miss a lot of stuff. But no, offensively, I thought they were good. I thought I'm going to have to give credit to Jimmy Garoppolo. I think Jimmy Garoppolo, I agree with Tony, played really well. He was mobile inside the pocket. He got away from pressure. He stepped up in the pocket a lot. Things that Jimmy Garoppolo we're not used to seeing, that we didn't see last year, or we haven't really seen since probably 2019 or maybe 2017 or – yeah, I'd say 2017 or 2019, because 2018 he missed pretty much the whole season. But he stepped up in the pocket. He moved around. He got clear lanes. He didn't make, in my opinion, too many stupid throws. The deep ball was a little thrown behind. Debo made a hell of a play coming back to get it, but he launched it. He got it out there. He got it to where the receiver can make a play. So yeah, I mean, there were a lot of positives on the offensive side of the ball. Jimmy being one of them. Elijah Mitchell stepping up being the one that he did. JaMychal Hasty played well. They put Kyle Juszczyk up here. He had a hell of a game blocking. Mike McGlinchey had a good game, other than I think he gave up that one sack. But in the end, you won the game. Defensively, I'm trying to look for another positive. We talked about Diamador Lenore already. Tart played pretty good. I mean, for coming off injury. And you got the win. That's pretty much like there were a lot of things. Jimmy was 17 to 25 for 315 yards and a touchdown. When was the last time Jimmy Garoppolo threw for 300 yards? Was it against Arizona the second time? So yeah. My guy Callie.
Go ahead. You well, let's get Wayne's other positives of the game, and then we'll get to Callie's. Nick, you can read Callie's contribution after Wayne gives his other positives for the game. One Love just said, well, I see it under Callie's comment, but One Love said something I was going to say, but go ahead, Wayne.
Positively, uh, pre injury on defense, I thought the defense, even though they were giving up the runs up the middle, they were more like a bend don't break type of D. And so, like, even though we have issues with the run D, I thought that they were playing the pass D really good. They weren't giving up big plays down the field prior to the injury to Jason Verrett. And so up until that point, I thought that the defense was cool. I thought D'Amico Ryans was calling a pretty good game as a defensive coordinator, even though we couldn't stop the run. And I just thought that was because of personnel. And so would you have to ask yourself, would you rather give up a 15 or 20-yard run or a 30-yard pass down the field or something like that? And I guess they decided to give up the run and not give up the pass. So that was kind of how he was coordinating the game. So I'm just going to go with, I saw positives on the D. I know we also saw negatives on the D, but there's a lot of positives on there. Nick, you alluded to the rookie being confident. I think he's only going to get more and more confident out there. The linebackers were just amazing, in my opinion. And hopefully we see them cover tight ends going, from now on. Like, you don't see certain things. So it's going to be a learning experience, but I definitely love the defense, and I thought that it was positive. I mean, there's not too much to say in the offense. I just wish it was more. I just wish we would have got more. We're a high-powered offense, and he gave us as much as he wanted to give us, I believe, on this day. Also, I felt like, and you can see this as a negative, but I see this as a positive. The team found resiliency, and they found a way to finish the game. And so, in my opinion, that's a positive note. Hey, guys, you know what? We bent, but we didn't break, and we won the game. We sealed the deal. So that's a positive, in my opinion.
And can I just say my play of the game? And that was when Robbie Gold busted his ass on national television.
Yeah, on the warm-up kick.
When he busted his ass on national television, that was the play of the game. I was like, yep, I'm good.
Yeah, the freaking Chiefs found a way to win, y'all. I swear to goodness.
What was the final score?
33-29.
I knew that was going to be a close game, though. I knew that was going to be a close game.
They found a way.
Mike.
You want to read this contribution? What'd you say, Nick?
Before we go, who was my AFC Super Bowl pick?
The Bills, right?
No.
Oh, the Colts.
Nope.
The Browns?
The Browns.
Oh, the Browns. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Callie says.
Hey, wait. Don't do that, though, because they put up 33 against the defending Super Bowl.
They put up 29 against the defending Super Bowl.
Yeah. Like, they're going to be okay. Week one does not.
That's why I said they're going to be okay. Like,
oh yeah,
a lot of people are sleeping on the Browns this year. That's why I said, when I said you're going to laugh at me for who my Super Bowl pick is before the season started, and I was like, I'm picking the Browns.
Was that on the show or on the phone?
It was on the phone.
Oh, okay. You did. Yeah. You definitely said that. I couldn't remember where you said it though.
Yeah.
You want to read this contribution though?
Yeah. Callie says, how do we make up for the loss of Verrett? Is it Lenore, Norman, or please don't say Dante Johnson?
I think Dante Johnson's still getting a raw deal, man. I thought he had a pretty solid game. People have to remember he's still injured. Dante's injured, guys. That's the reason why they let him go in the first place and then moved him back. Oh, Wayne, don't do the forehead rub on me, bro. What's up? Your eyebrows are fine, bro.
Mike. Dante's just not good, bro.
He is fine. I'm not saying he's great, but he's not bad. Dante Johnson is not a bad corner, bro. I tell you what, I don't know the numbers. I'm willing to bet you Dante Johnson didn't even give up 4 passes today. I'm willing to bet Dante Johnson didn't give up 4 passes.
But he gave up a touchdown.
So what? So what? So what?
When your number is called,
name a corner in the NFL that hasn't given up a touchdown before.
That's not what I'm saying. But my point is, when his number was called, he came in the game. He gave up a touchdown, like at the most critical point in the game. Like, and I get it, the pressure.
Corner number 4 gave up a touchdown
to nobody.
Right, but you just said it right there. Corner number 4. So is he the answer to be a starter? That's what I'm. That's
no. He's not. He's not the answer to be a starter. No.
Right. So that's what Wayne's saying. He's not the guy to be. He's a guy that can come in and fill in, but he's not. To make up for the loss of Verrett.
Right. No. I think we all agree on that. But what I'm saying is, I think he's getting a raw deal. Is what I was saying. I think that people look at Johnson and just think like trash. Like, oh, there goes 17 catches right there. He's never done that. He's not that guy. That's
Well,
all
they're
I'm
not
saying.
throwing to him 17 times, but every time they
No,
throw
that's not true. They target the shit. I said that at the start of the show. As soon as he came, they threw at him with 4 different, not total passes, 4 different wide receivers they put on Dante Johnson. I didn't even know they had 4 receivers on that team. We sat here and we went through it. You were on the show, bro. You were on the show when we did the offensive breakdown. And we read through all of their wide receivers. I didn't know they had 4 receivers to throw at him. All right. I mean, listen, he's not the best. He's not the end all be all. He's not the best corner on the team. He's not the second best corner on the team. I just don't think he's as bad as people say he is. That's all.
But that's not. He's, you know what he is though. He's the inconsistent, because he has flashes where he does things well, and then he has flashes where he doesn't do things well.
I think he's consistent.
Yeah, so he's consistent in being inconsistent.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He's both sides of the spectrum. Yes.
That's bad. That's not a good thing.
But that's not bad. That's just not a starter.
That's not good for us.
That's not good for a starter.
That's not good for this team. That's my issue. That is true. You can't have the inconsistencies on the weakest link of the team. I think if we had stronger links and he comes in and does that, that's different. But he's gonna be moved up. So either he's gonna have to show more consistency and being not a lockdown corner, just a better reacting corner, right? And so it's not like he's getting burnt. He's just, I don't know. He just lacks certain things that starting cornerbacks have. That's all it is.
I tell you what, if he was consistently to his peak at the top, he'd be a starter. If he was consistently at his low,
he won't be on the team.
Be on the roster.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why he's a reserve guy. Hey, we're calling your number. Give us a few. And I will stand by this. Dante Johnson right now is still better than Josh Norman. I stand firm on that. He is better than whatever. I'm sorry, Josh Norman. Yeah, Josh Norman is going to give us. I stand firm on that.
I just want to see what Josh Norman can give us. I can't stand firm on something I've never seen. I know what Josh Norman has done. You can.
I saw Josh Norman last year and the year before and the year before that.
Yeah, but Josh Norman wasn't bad last year.
Shit. Okay. Hey, okay.
Go. Can we? Do we need to pull up Josh Norman numbers compared to Dante Johnson?
I promise you don't want to do it, because I promise you this. Over the last 3 years, Dante Johnson has been better.
I want to do it.
Over the last 3 years, Dante Johnson has been better than Josh Norman. Now, we can put money on that. We can put push-ups on that. Hey, Breezy, you a food guy. I'll bet you a sizzling Sunday. I will bet you a sizzling Sunday that Dante Johnson's been better than Josh Norman over the last 3 years.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you the truth,
how are we stopping Kyler Murray this year with our defense?
Yeah, Kyler Murray was on fire today.
Godly.
But it was the Titans. It was the Titans.
Okay. But the question here is, how do we make up with the loss of Verrett? We know it's not Dante Johnson.
We don't. We have to supplement, Nick, and we just have to figure out where.
The answer's on the roster already. The answer's here already.
So you think it's Emmanuel Mosley, Diamador Lenore?
I think
Kyle Shanahan did say that there's a possibility of Richard Sherman coming back.
They said that they've been talking to him prior to this injury.
Yeah.
So hear me out, right? Mike is saying the guy's on the roster, and that's a possibility because it could be a young guy, up and coming. It could be Emmanuel, and we don't know when we're getting Mosley back, and we don't know which Mosley we're getting back, right? Because right now, guess what Mosley has been the majority of his career with the 49ers? Injured. Yeah.
Injured.
And so when we get him back, we don't know which Mosley we're going to get back. And so I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket either. But I do like what Nick said about Lenore. And hey, why not see what confidence this kid has? Why not? What do we got to lose? It's a big play. Like honestly, put this kid in there, put him on a number one guy, rotate him on, and supplement the other side.
We don't think Deommodore Lenoir will be worse than Brian Allen, do we?
I damn sure don't.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So like that. So that's why if that's who Mike is alluding to, then it's possibility he is on the roster. You know what I'm saying? And this gives time to rotate the other guys, like your Ambry Thomases, your Dante Johnsons, when Emmanuel Mosley comes back, like those guys. And it gives you time to bring in and get Josh Norman acclimated to the playbook. And then if you're going to go pick up another savvy vet, they already tried Dre Kirkpatrick. Maybe they bring him back. They also are high on Richard Sherman. And so maybe his court dates are settled and done, and he's ready to return on a 1-year deal. So there are going to be possibilities, but there's no replacing what Jason Verrett does. Because what Jason Verrett does is he automatically, just pretty much takes away the outside. You saw him struggle today, though, on the inside, right? You saw not that he was playing nickel, but every time they ran slants across his body, he just wasn't there. And so, which I don't think you expect the wide receivers to be like on time. Right? I don't think you expect this, but they are supposed to make the play, make the tackle, all that good stuff. So I don't know, man. I don't think you replace a Mike and Nick. I don't think he's replaceable. He was a one of a kind, and unfortunately, he's gone. Injured. Sorry.
I was gonna say I don't think it's an age thing because he plays. I said it at the beginning of the season. I said at the end of last season. Jason Verrett was a top 5 corner in the NFL, not on our team. He was a top 5 corner in the league last year when healthy. This year, this game that what we saw from him, unfortunately, it's his last as a Niner. What we saw from him was, I'm going to cover my assignment, and then once my guy is eliminated, I'll make the other tackles. He had no business tackling Hockenson as many times as he did today. Being that guy there, he shouldn't be making tackles on running backs. That's not his assignment. His assignment is whatever wide receiver is out there, and then he's running towards the middle of the field to what Breezy's point was to make the tackles. He's a good cleanup guy and everything. Now, we got to get some guys. There are some guys that just throw their bodies in there. I saw that a couple of times. I don't want to say any names because it was a linebacker that a lot of people liked, but they were just throwing their bodies in there instead of wrapping up. They were just throwing shoulders and heads to the ground to make tackles, and people hopped over them and went around them and all that. I do not think Sherman is the answer. I know that a lot of people think that. But if Mosley is who people think he's going to be, if he's who everybody else thinks he's going to be, I think we'll be okay with Mosley and Lenoir as the starting corners. I really, really believe that. I really believe that. In my heart of hearts, I believe it. I can turn the light off on my phone now. My wife turned the light on the porch for me. So
Jimmy Ward's got to make a play on that. Grab the face mask. Grab something.
Are you rewatching the game?
No, I'm just watching the highlights, and of course they show DeAndre Swift's only big catch touchdown run, right? Like Ward has to make. He gave up on the play. I know we moved on from that. I'm sorry. I'll save it for my show tomorrow.
No. Come on, got it. You go.
No, he just I just don't understand. He gave up the ghost on that play, yo. He knew the dude was gonna cut. Was he scared he was gonna get his ankles broken? Because he grabbed. Well, he didn't really put a juke. He grabbed the face. He just grabbed the face mask. Don't give up the touchdown. I think that's what I would have did. I guess he did get broke. Okay, I'm just looking at it. He put a cut on him, and it was what it is.
Yeah, because he was going this way, and then he tried to go back.
That's why he should have just grabbed the mask and possibly got the penalty, and then it wouldn't have been a touchdown. It would have just been 15 yards on that, or it would have been a touchdown.
I thought, other than that play, Ward played pretty.
Absolutely,
he made some good open field tackles.
Ward and Tart had good games.
Yeah, Ward is probably, if not the best, top 3 tacklers on this team.
Yeah,
in open field usually.
He throws his body around like it's nothing.
I saw Ward throwing his body around. He's so tiny too.
Yeah, for someone so small and with the injury history that he has, he don't play like he's been injured before. And this guy is broken, if I'm not mistaken, both collarbones and a forearm. Right? Wasn't he the one with the forearm break also?
He's over it. Mike. He's over the
He
mentality
don't
of
give a
being.
shit. He don't play scared. He don't play scared ball. And that's what you want from those guys in the secondary.
That's why you don't take them out. You don't take the guys out. They can't play scared. Ah, yeah.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Uh-huh.
Full circle there. Except if you got a 28-point lead. But I won't do it. I won't do it again. I won't do it again.
Maybe
Cool.
35-point lead.
Guys, this game really felt
comebackable.
This game really felt good to me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because I felt like if it was a close game, our starters would have stayed in and we would have just knocked them out of the box at the end of the game. I really, really believe that. And it's hard to tell. You know, we're sitting here looking at this based off of the box scores and how they came back on us. But again, I'll hold you guys to this. You know, the starters let up 17 points. That's it. And if you can only let up 17 points in a game with your starter,
to me though, Mike.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
It's not
if
bad
you can
at all.
only let up 17
and on the
points,
road, factor that in too.
Say that again.
And they did that like on the road, like you know what I'm saying? Like they did it on the road, like and into like not their own territory, you know, into foreign lands. Like you know, they went out and tried to make a statement. That's why I said my positivity was from the defense. It's just once Verrett got hurt, the whole team was shook because they started to hear me out. They started to re-traumatize what happened week 1, week 2 of 2020.
It starts up top. Kyle got shook of the injuries, started pulling people out, and it trickled down into the rest of the team. I've said this multiple times about different situations. It starts up top. When Kyle got scared, and he admitted as much in his presser, when Kyle got scared, that's when you saw the trickle down. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about here, guys. You know, Kyle, now I got a phone call about 30 minutes after the game ended, and it was my buddy. He said, "Hey, Mike, haven't talked to you in 2 weeks. You still coming with me to the game next week?" This is the guy that's giving me tickets to the Eagles game. Now, this is somebody I work with. He's got season tickets. He's got an extra ticket. I'm coming with him. I'm going to see everybody out there next week. And he said, you know, we put up over 30 points. You guys put up over 40 points. It's going to be a really, really good game. Eagle fans are feeling themselves. And I just felt like telling them, don't let those 20-something points that they put up fool you. Don't let those
Atlanta's a bad team too. Atlanta's a bad team too, but I'm still nervous.
Don't let those 30 points that the Lions put up fool you. That wasn't our starters out there. But I couldn't talk shit to them because I still want to go to the game. I couldn't really give it to them the way I wanted. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all know you got to play politics.
I mean, you could always just come to the tailgate with me and just hang out.
That's true. And I told him that. I said, hey, there's a guy selling tickets, 25 all you can eat, all you can drink.
Nick, can you make sure they give me my stuff? Because I ain't heard from them since I sent my stuff.
Yeah, I'll text Avery and see. Make sure you're on the list.
Thank you.
So I'm guessing you guys aren't worried about the run game in Philly next week, because if we don't fix the middle of our defense with the run game,
maybe Javon Kinlaw plays and it's a totally different game.
Can I be honest here? Complete transparency. I'm not worried about the run game up the middle. I'm really, really not, because that was not the. Go ahead, Wayne.
No, I want you to finish because I think you're going to say what I was going to say.
That was not the Lions' strength heading into this game.
Right. They regashed it. They revamped their run.
Yes.
They revamped it.
Yes.
They saw Kinlaw out and they were like, hey, let's seal these gaps and let's get right through this gap and that gap and let's see what happens. If it doesn't work, then we'll stop. But if it works, let's keep going. And the 49ers couldn't adjust to it. My worry, though, is Hurts, because now we're going to be playing a mobile quarterback, and we've yet been proven to stop one.
And I will say this: I did talk to him, and I asked him how Hurts looked. He said the first half he was trash. Now I didn't watch the Eagles game. I don't know their box score. I don't know
watch
how
it this week, Mike. Don't worry about it.
But absolutely, we'll revisit that. But he told me the Eagles didn't look good in the first half at all. It was the second half when they went in and made the adjustments, and then Hurts looked like he could beat somebody in the NFL. So I'm not sure how it all plays out. But guys, I'll be honest, I'm not worried about it. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be a win, because it's still a road game. We're still away from home. You know what I'm saying? We still got to deal with travel, no matter how you look at it, whether we go back to Cali and then fly back east, if we stay east and then fly north, it don't, whatever the case is, or I'm sorry, fly more east because they're in Detroit right now. Either way, it's more travel. It's another day of travel.
They're going to Virginia tonight, though, I think.
Oh, they're coming to Virginia. Okay.
I think they're staying at the Greenbrier again.
All right. But you get what I'm saying? It's still travel, no matter how you look at it. It's still a day and a half of travel. And I'm not worried about it, though. Right now, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go back and watch the game, and I'll be able to give a better assessment of it all. But I couldn't talk too much shit to him because I still want that ticket. I want to get in the stadium. Now, if he decides to renege on it, and I'm out in the parking lot with Nick, then so be it. I'll be out there, and it's still going to be just as good of a freaking show as it was, as if I was there. So I'm not worried about that kind of stuff. My man didn't even want me to ride in the car with him. Oh, I thought you said you got a room downtown. You don't need me to come and pick you up. You're going to be out there already. Hey, cool. All right, be as cool. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But here's my biggest takeaway from this game. All right. I really, really think this game was in the bag. It was under control from start to finish, despite the run that the Lions went on in this game. I truly, truly believe that. And I think that when we go back and we watch this game again, we're going to see the same thing. That's really what I think. That's what I got for you guys.
I understand that. Look, Miles Sanders had a hell of a game today. Miles Sanders definitely had a hell of a game today. I don't know if it's because the lackluster defensive play of Atlanta or what, but that is something that worries me. DeAndre Swift was gashing us up the middle today. Like, all their run yards basically came from the middle of the field. I'm hoping that we get that fixed, but that's something that we need to keep an eye on going into week 2. And I still think we win this game, but Hurts had a really good game today. He moved around in the pocket. Devontae Smith looked really, really good.
What were her stats? Do we know him or no?
I don't know.
I can pull him up.
I can pull him up, but
I'll pull him up.
Hurts was 27 for 35, 264 yards, 3 TDs. He was sacked 3 times. No turnovers. Sanders was 15 for 74 carries, 0 TDs. Smith was 6 for 71 yards, 1 TD. So Smith and Rager have the TDs. And Kenneth Gainwell, the rookie running back, had a rushing touchdown.
And I'm looking at it here, man. The Eagles had 7 points first quarter, 8 points second quarter, 7 points third quarter. I'm going to stop there. Their starters played all game. Our starters only played 3 quarters and 1 drive. That's what our starters did.
They have a better defense too, but can we break that down later?
No, absolutely. But if you look at what they did, they only had 22 points. We had 31 at the half. I'm not worried about them, and I'll be honest with you guys. When it's all said and done, I think the Lions have a better defense than the Eagles' defense.
I disagree. The Lions' front 7, their whole front 4 is ridiculous, bro. Talking Brandon Graham, all those dudes they got a problem.
They're all grandpas in the NFL.
They're not all grandpas, Mike. Come on, man.
Listen to me. Hey, let me ask you a question, man.
Let
me ask you a question. All right, here we go. Now I get to get in my bag.
Hey, Nick, isn't that the guy Mike wanted to draft?
Yeah.
No, I wanted Derek Barnett. Don't do that.
That's what I said.
I thought you said Brandon Graham.
Derek Barnett is not a grandpa.
I thought we were talking about Brandon Graham still. I didn't hear Nick say Derek Barnett. I apologize. Here's what I will say. All right, y'all ready for this? All right, never mind. Go ahead. You got it.
I was waiting.
No, I see you holding on. You were ready to respond. Your mouth was open and everything. Go ahead.
No, I'm just waiting. I'm gonna respond to whatever you say. I'm gonna say it's bullshit.
Yeah. So no matter what I said, that was gonna be your response. That's not cool, Nick. Why you gotta do me like that, bro? We on the same team, bro.
Do you think the 49ers should trade for CJ Henderson?
Yes, I do.
Oh, now it's time. Now
So,
it's time.
That's
Now
what I'm
it's
saying.
time.
something
Is
I
it
was going to
time?
Now
say.
it's time. You talk about for Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Now it's time.
Can I say what I was? All right. So I think the loss, y'all going to think I'm fucking crazy. And these dots are hard to connect.
No,
I think the loss of Jason Verrett makes Jimmy Garoppolo expendable now.
but they don't need a quarterback. So why would you expend him?
I don't care about a quarterback. I'm talking about compensation for a trade. I understand that they don't need a quarterback. I understand that. I'm thinking the loss of Jason Verrett means that we could try to move Jimmy.
I think you're gonna have to give up. You're gonna have to give up one of those picks. You're gonna have to give up a pick and one of them young. They're gonna probably want a guy like Lenore or something like that. And would you trade Lenore and a pick for C.J. Henderson?
No, Lenore's got to stay. He's got to
See,
stay.
I'm just telling you it's probably gonna come down to.
Because then you're still down a corner. Lenore is the
But
guy I'm keeping because he's a starter.
you're getting a better cornerback. You're getting a first round corner, right? That's
Yeah.
better
But who's
than
playing- who's
everybody.
playing
Hold on, that's better. I get what you're saying, but I'm trying to tell you, he's not better than every cornerback on our team.
Who's playing opposite of him?
Oh, I'm just saying.
So we're
can't
back in the same situation.
It doesn't. I'm just saying, if you want a guy like that, you're probably gonna have to give up a piece for them and some type of some type of pick. Look, I'm not the deal maker. I'm just telling you what I think. I get your theory. I wouldn't do it, but you're gonna get a better cornerback. You can see if they
Marshawn
want
Lattimore just signed a 5-year extension.
He had a pick in this game too, by the way. In that game.
$97.6 million contract extension can be worth up to $100 million with $68.3 million guaranteed.
You're gonna have to give up something that's worth them wanting to make that trade because
why not Mosley?
Now or Mosley, but he's hurt. How do you trade a hurt player?
Why not?
How do you do it?
In the eyes of the NFL, who has got a more established background, Lenore or Mosley?
No, I understand, but why would they take a hurt player is what I'm saying. I'm asking logically, why would you, Mike, take a player that's hurt off of what?
Because ideally he has a better pedigree in the NFL than Lenore, who had only one game.
But he's hurt. And then you got a guy that can possibly be the future of your franchise.
All he's got to do is pass the physical.
No, I get it. I'm with it. I just don't understand why they would do it is what I'm saying.
Right. No, I'm with you. I understand it. It's hard to pull off right now. I don't think it happens right now. I don't think it happens this week. I don't think it happens
I
next
wish
week.
we would have did it already, like in hindsight, because the 49ers are always, this is the one position they play it scarce. Like they don't address it. Like they get bargain guys, and then they get guys that are coming off of injury, and if they pan out, they're great. But if they don't pan out, we're back to ground zero.
Yeah. Then we're effed and we're still looking for the same thing. I get you. No, I understand what you're saying. And right now you're absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. So I don't want to make any qualms about it. Losing Jason Verrett is a big hit.
Big hit.
To this team. A very big hit.
We've all been saying that the weakest link on this football team is the secondary. And we've all talked about this in the beginning of the year. What happens if we lose a Jason Verrett?
Can I ask you guys this question though? If we bench the starters, the downs before Jason Verrett got injured, see, like we're using hindsight.
I see what you're saying.
We spent the whole first 40 minutes of this show saying that Kyle shouldn't have benched the starters because Verrett got injured.
Mike is just not letting that go. I'm still on the same thing. You don't bench him.
Hear me out. I just want you to hear me out. Had we benched Verrett and the starters, the drive before Verrett got injured, knowing what you know now, and it would have avoided that injury, we would have said, hey, it was the right thing to do.
It's an ACL, so it'll pop the next time he went out there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, he was by himself running.
ACLs are not on the countdown. They're not on the countdown.
That's what you mean they're not on the countdown?
Because it's not, you have 110 reps and then you're going to lose on the 111.
It's not that it's not on the countdown. It's wear and tear though, Mike. So it happens. Like they pop. Like they go.
But we also said all game long that Verrett was playing out of place. Wayne, you just don't do that. Wayne, you just said it. You just said why was he tackling?
It's because they did. It's because of the way that the Lions were scheming. He had no choice. But that's
right. So
but that's football, Mike. So we can't. I'm not faulting him for playing. I'm just saying. Okay.
Go ahead. Go. I thought you were going to stop. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying.
Gather your thoughts. Let me say what I'm going to say, and you respond. All night long, and all game long, we saw him abandoning his wide receiver that he had locked out to go tackle interior guys. The tight end over here, the running back over here, and he wasn't playing up here where he's supposed to be. All night long, he was knocking this guy out and then running back towards the middle to make tackles. That's the turning and the wear and tear on that ACL, right? If we go up against normal teams that have a solid wide receiver one, then he's over there on that guy and he's okay. All the other stuff was off script shit that he had to come down into the box or into the, you know what I'm saying, into the middle of the field to make those plays on. Because we had a guy who was not.
That's gonna happen, Mike. We just don't know when. Like we don't know if we don't know the when or we don't know. We don't
probably would have came right back to practice and that shit popped in practice.
And I'm going to give you guys my answer right now. I don't know if you guys remember this, but about a week and a half ago,
I was
mad. I came on this show and I was mad at Jason Verrett. Do y'all remember this? Mm-hmm. I said that last year in the offseason, they asked him about injuries, and he said, I don't want to talk about injuries. I'm over those. So don't ask me about injuries. And the one time this year they asked him about it, he acknowledged it. And I said, Jason, don't do that anymore. Do you remember that, Nick?
You said that to me. You said that to me on the phone. You didn't say it on the show.
Oh, that wasn't on the show?
No.
God damn. I talked about it being a mindset. You remember? I said it's a mindset. The year before, Jason Verrett said, don't talk to me about injuries because they're in my past. I don't want to talk about them anymore. That's what he said. This year, when they asked him about the injuries, he went into it and he talked about them. And I said he screwed himself. And I said it, Nick. I said I should have knocked on wood. And I said, Jason Verrett, I really, really hope you don't do that anymore. Do not acknowledge injuries.
Well, you were talking because you were saying that because the next week Jason Verrett wasn't there. He wasn't practicing. And
I said he jinxed himself.
And you were like, wait, did he get jinxed himself? And I was like, I don't think he's hurt. Then remember when D'Amico said you have to ask Kyle about that as to why he was sitting. It wasn't like an injury was out, but then it came out later that it was an injury. But yeah, no, I get your point. But like,
can we go for another 20 minutes?
I don't want to. I'm hungry.
Oh damn! All right, fine.
I do. I don't know, man. This team's in trouble.
I got so much more to say about this game and the rest of the season.
Why?
And I don't
hold on. I want to talk about something that wasn't even brought up in the negatives.
So can we do it? Can we keep going?
Well,
Wayne,
why?
Because I want to keep talking.
Only calling run plays.
He's
Trey
asking
Lance.
his thing. He's asking.
Oh, that's his question. I thought he was saying, why do I want to keep talking? I'm sorry, Wayne. Damn it, Wayne. You on point because you hungry, man. Go get a Snickers, bro.
I haven't eaten. Yeah, I don't eat during the games. You know what I mean?
Nah, you eat on shows though.
That's not a motherfucking game. This is the show.
You eat on shows. We on the show. Go grab a Snickers. Go get some shrimp scampi and come back. We here, bro.
All right.
Wait, nah, Nick, you gonna present it? I'm gonna spark up. I got a small cigar. It's a baby. Y'all see it? It's a baby. Come on, Nick.
That's his third cigar and like 80th drink.
First of all, if y'all know anything, I'm sure the people don't know anything about cigars, but this right here, this little tiny ass cigar right here, $17 cigar. This little tiny ass stick.
That's too rich for my blood.
This is a good joint.
You guys are just gonna ignore my question?
No, I got you. I'm ready. Fire off. Go. I'm on mute. Go.
Nick, ask it again, Nick. Even though I heard it 3 times, you said it 3 times.
I know. I said, why was Kyle Shanahan only calling run plays? This is what I did not want to see from him with Trey Lance.
Okay. So my theory is this. I don't think he wanted to show the bag. So he called. Trey Lance did had 4 He had 3 runs and 1 pass attempt, right? They were all RPOs, right?
I don't even know if they were RPOs. I think they were just design quarterback runs.
He could have handed the ball off to the running back. That last one where he took the loss, it was on the offensive line. Like they just let the defense come in and whatever, right? Like, so he couldn't even see like what was going down because he probably would have pulled it. That's why he got crunched. I'm thinking he didn't want to show Philly what we're possibly going to be doing with Trey Lance next week. And so I think
so that's the conservative Kyle.
That's the bitch Kyle. But conservative sounds way better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my theory. Because you'll run it with that's why I don't understand the theory of taking players out and doing it with it. No. Like, let these players play to their strengths and purely dominate. And then when you feel like that lead is where it needs to be, you go ahead and pull them out. But the only reason why Kyle Polecat's out was because of the injury. That's my gripe. I know it sounds like I'm not saying the same thing or whatever, but that's it. I'm pulling you out because
But those injuries don't have nothing to do with Trey Lance.
I'm having traumatic experiences. It doesn't. I'm just coming back to that because I didn't get a chance to read back to what you brought back to the full circle. To the Trey Lance thing, to the Trey Lance situation, I just feel like that's why he did it. He doesn't want to show. I said my answer. What the fuck are you talking about? I said because he doesn't want to give out the bag. He wants to save some stuff for next week on what Trey Lance is possibly going to do. So you saw some RPOs, and so maybe now Trey Lance doesn't line up in shotgun. Maybe now he comes up under center next week and does something totally different and runs 4 times under the center. I don't know, but I didn't like it either, Nick. To go along.
I thought that as well. I thought, is Kyle not showing his hand? But I can remember going back a ton of times on this show with all of our guys saying Kyle holds back too much. He doesn't show his whole playbook. And we talk about this like, well, he doesn't want to show that or he doesn't want to show that. And I know Mike for a fact has said, put it all on the table. Like, do it all. Like, why is he we all say Jimmy Garoppolo has been holding back this offense. I'm really starting to think Kyle Shanahan's holding himself back.
Yeah, because I know Mike is smoking, but didn't we get to see more from Jimmy today than we've pretty much seen? And so we saw him do things like the bootleg. There was more designs out, plays outside the pocket for him to roll out and get guys and crossing and crossings and things like that. You also saw, when the pocket broke down, Jimmy steps in the pocket. I felt like he took the leash off of Jimmy a little bit. I feel like the leash is fully on Trey Lance.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I am all for this Trey Lance stuff, right? But if you're going to put him out there, you cannot just continually just put him out there for run plays like they do with Taysom Hill, because people are going to stack the box like they did, and he's going to get hit because people aren't going to expect the pass. He should have mixed it up. I know he's only in there for what, 4 plays, 5 plays?
I think it was 4. It was 3. It was 4. They were all
runs. 2 RPO runs, a sack, and a touchdown, right?
Right. That's what I saw. Mike, Mike's shaking his head.
I'm shaking my head because you guys they weren't all run plays. They were option plays.
That's what I said. RPOs. That's the first thing that I said.
He was leaving it up to the young guy to make a read, and Kyle wants to know, are you reading it right? He's testing the young guy. It wasn't about, oh, you're out here for a run play. And that's where Nick started. That's why I was shaking my head. No,
because the first play he ran right up the gut. That was not an RPO.
Yes,
he literally didn't even try to hand the ball off. He took off.
I understand what you're saying, but the rest of the plays were not like that.
Okay, so don't say all the plays were RPOs.
You guys are
they weren't.
What I'm saying is Kyle gave Trey Lance, this is the formation, and you can either do this or that. And he wanted to see what Trey Lance was going to do with the ball. He didn't tell him to keep it every time. It was so obvious that one of the commentators even said it, hey, this is an option play, and this is what Trey Lance decided to do with it. It wasn't about whether or not Kyle said, go out there and do this. That wasn't the case. Kyle gave him An option, literally an option. What's RPO stand
Well,
for?
because that's what it was. It was a run play option.
Option.
And Trey passed the test all the times, even on the sack.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Yes,
he didn't pass the test. What are you talking about?
You mean he passed the test on the touchdown? He passed the test, and then he ran the ball for positive yards on those other times. Like, how is that not passing the test? He read the end.
But that doesn't mean that the pass wouldn't have been a better option. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get it, but all right.
No, go ahead. Explain yourself. I shut up. Go ahead. Explain yourself.
The option that he took gained positive yards, so we won't know what the right option was until we go back and watch the all 22.
Trey Lance had 2 runs for what? 3 yards?
3 yards.
Hold on. Let me pull it up.
We're asking again, if we go back to the Kyle's theory, if you can get 3 yards a run, then you're going to get a first.
I'm sorry. It was 3 runs for 2 yards.
Okay.
Kyle don't design 2-yard runs. Kyle don't design 1-yard runs. He ran 3 times for 2 yards. That tells me that Trey Lance isn't making the right read. Y'all with me so far?
That doesn't tell you that he's not making the right read. We just don't like. All right. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I got to go back and watch those plays. He made the right read on one of the plays because it was a fake. He didn't hand the ball off, and he saw Trent Sherfield, and that was open. So he clearly made the right read on that play. But we don't know was that on that play he got sacked. If you go back and watch the motherfucking play, them dudes was in the backfield when he hiked the ball. Ain't no time to hand it off. Ain't no time to throw the ball. He kept it and got sacked. And so, like, wrong read.
I thought the touchdown was a play action, though.
I think the touchdown was a play action. I
don't think that was the RPO. I think that was a play action. That was a design route.
One was a design run. So we're saying it was 2 RPOs, 1 design run, and then 1 play action.
One where he took off up the middle, his very first play was a design run for him.
That's what I'm asking. That's what that's my question.
Other 2, I think, were RPOs, and then the touchdown was a play action.
Yeah.
That's what I think it was. But either way, you saw that they were on. As soon as Trey Lance came into the game, they were stacking the box. And that's what I'm saying.
So why was he keeping the ball?
That's what I don't know.
Because Mike said he's making
that the young guy is not ready. That was my point with it all.
So just don't run RPOs. Run other plays. That's what Nick is saying.
No. You have to run the RPOs. You have to with the young guy. Hear me out. There's no better way to assess if the guy can read the defense or not than giving him an RPO. It's a run, pass, option. If he makes the wrong decision, he's clearly not seeing the field the way he needs to be the starter. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. But you can call other plays.
Trey Lance he ran the ball 3 times for a total of 2 yards. Kyle don't design plays for that bullshit.
I just feel like you're missing my point. But I got you. Your point is
I'll digress.
Your point is valid.
I apologize. I missed your point. Explain it to me because I missed it then. So
my point is you don't have to even stop trying to assess this guy and let this guy play football. Take the freaking leash off of him and let him do what he does. We know he's a pro center type style player. He can pro style quarterback, right? We've seen it. He could run it. Do more play action. Do more things he's successful at instead of trying to say, hey, go out here and run the RPO.
But that's not how it works.
It is how it works. I've watched quarterbacks do it all the time.
You have to have.
I didn't watch Mike Jones do RPOs the whole game. He's a rookie.
Because don't do that, Wayne. Come on, bro. Don't do that.
Why can't I do that? Why can't I compare what rookies do?
Because Mac Jones is not a run threat. You can't do that. Kyle Shanahan went to the presser after the game and said that when you have 2 different quarterbacks with 2 different skill sets, that's why you put them in at different times. And he said one of the skill sets that Lance has.
I get that, Mike. I get that. So if they're preparing for that, if they're going to be on that and they're going to take it away, which they did because he got 2 yards and 2 yards and then pushed behind the line of scrimmage, right? If they're preparing for that, then why not change it up? Is what I'm saying.
Because you want to know if he can read.
Do it a different time. No.
Okay. Listen to me. Just hear me out. Please hear me out before you guys just say I'm crazy.
I'm not saying you're crazy. You're saying they're assessing him on RPOs to see if he can read the defense. Can he read the end that's crashing down or what? If so, pull it in, run it. If not, pass the ball. I get it. They're testing him. I get it. It's always going to be a test for him.
But don't you think he failed those tests then with those results?
I didn't say he didn't. I'm not saying he didn't fail.
I don't think he as a person failed. I think the play call failed. And the reason I'm doing it is because, listen, I understand where you're coming from, but the play call failed because of the fact that every time Trey Lance came in, they stacked the box. They just came straight for him.
Okay, so then if
they should have hit him, they should have hit with a play action, changed the play instead of RPO, and threw the ball downfield.
Bro, if
stop them from being able to do that.
If they come out and they stack the box, right? Forget everything else about Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, whoever. If they stack the box and you have an option to pass, what should you do?
You throw the ball.
He ran it twice. That's my point. That's my point, guys.
But you missed our point. Our point is, why do that?
Because you want to know where he is mentally. You want to know if he can read it and diagnose it the right way. Why is what I'm saying so foreign to you guys? I'm not saying you're saying it's foreign. I'm not even calling you crazy. Fuck those plays and run positive plays that are going to work for your quarterback. That's what I'm saying. So if he failed the test 3 times, why are you making him go out there? As a teacher, you change the stuff up. That's what I'm saying. So I want you to understand where I'm coming from, because you're calling me crazy without calling me crazy. Because I totally get what you're saying. But my point is, if you're saying and we're agreeing that he failed, then how about we just change it's the same test, but let's change it up a little bit for this quarterback. You're saying give him a pre-designed play.
Give him something different.
I'm telling you, it wasn't RPOs. Go back and watch it. They were designed runs. There was no fake, no pulling, nothing.
That last one was definitely an RPO.
That's not true, Nick. It was RPO, bro. That's not true, Nick.
I'm gonna find the sacks right now.
That's what
runs on Trey Lance.
If Kyle wants to know if his rookie quarterback can read the defense the proper way,
you run RPOs.
Give him an RPO because you want to know if he can diagnose between this should be a pass play or I should run this ball. Or I should.
Why do you have to continue doing? Why do you have to do it multiple times? Why can't you do it one time? Oh, it didn't work this time. He didn't pass the test. Let's try something different the next time.
Because sometimes
why does it have to be every single time he comes in the game? He's not the starting quarterback to where you're going to change it up. So why do you got to continue to do the same thing over and over again? That's all I'm saying.
Right. But because sometimes a guy can make a mistake. Tom Brady will make a mistake sometimes. It doesn't mean that he's a bad quarterback.
Tom Brady's getting 95 chances to make the mistake. This kid is getting
Trey Lance is only getting 4.
Right.
Trey Lance is only getting 4. So what I'm saying is you have to put him in that situation to see if he's prepared to handle it. And if he can't diagnose the defense the right way, hey, we're not ready to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo.
So this is another thing because Jimmy don't even do RPOs
because he had comfortable leads.
He's not a threat as a runner. And so I guess you're not doing RPOs with Jimmy. And I get it.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying. But my point is, why only give him RPOs? So let that be a part of his game plan. And when he gets better at it, you incorporate it. But he's good at other stuff.
Okay. And I'm trying to answer your question. Because you don't know if Trey Lance is ready to diagnose the defense at the line of scrimmage yet. That's why you give him. Hey Trey, can you handle running the defense right now? Can you discern between a run play?
The only way to do that, because Jimmy's never done that. So the only way to do that is to give him an RPO.
In my opinion, you give him the option to see if he can diagnose the defense the proper way.
Because he only has 3. He only has 2 options: run or pass.
It's 3. It's 3. Keep it. Hand it off to the
running back or pass the ball. Right. And so run or pass.
If you only get 2 yards out of the 3 times you were put in that situation, you made the wrong decision because Kyle Shanahan don't design half-yard plays. You understand what I'm saying? Saying that
I do understand what you're saying, but we're arguing about something that doesn't make any sense because he simply just ran RPO plays. Why not give him play action plays where he was successful and threw 1 for 1? Why not let him line up under center? Because he clearly can read a defense if you line him up under center. Why is it that the RPO is the only determination for your deterrent to let us know if he's ready to be a starter? Why?
Because a play action pass is a predetermined pass. I can call a play for you. I want to know if you can read, assess, and attack a defense the proper way. We're not what we all know that Kyle can go out here and put up a game plan with Trey Lance. He did it with Nick Mullins. He did it with CJ Beathard. He can go out there and put a game plan in place and say, this is your option, do that. We know that already. We want to know if Trey Lance can diagnose a play and change it at the line of scrimmage. That's what the RPO gives him that option to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
yeah, and that's why I agreed when we said he failed, because he didn't give the right option. He could have handed it off to the running back, which wouldn't have gotten any yards. And so at that point, he probably should have saw the pass and passed the ball, but he didn't.
If they're stacking the box, then pass it, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Trey Lance is bad. I'm just saying that that the play calls show that he's still not ready to take over. That's all I'm saying.
I just think he needs more time. You can't assess a person off of 4 plays. I think if Trey Lance was in the game running his stuff, Trey Lance obviously is one of those slow churning, get going type of people who's like a slow acceleration. And then once he gets accelerated, he gets better. But he's not given the opportunities to do that. So hopefully the next time he comes out there and he's handed an RPO, he'll have the time to get that ball out.
Hey, Tony came on the show and he talked about the importance of Alex Mack. He said Alex Mack was calling out the defenses for Jimmy Garoppolo, right? That's what Tony said when he came on.
Yes.
They were testing Trey Lance with the other plays, though. They were saying, hey, what do you see? Make your decision based off of that. We had a comfortable lead. We weren't ever in any danger of losing the game when Trey Lance ran those plays. Let me see what you see.
But you mean I guess.
Based off of your decision making.
Trey Lance when the score got closer. I got you.
Yes. Based off of the decisions that you make is going to tell us.
But I disagree with that though, Mike, because Trey Lance came in when the score wasn't blown out of proportion. As a matter of fact, he put up the first 7 points. Then we saw him do that on every series.
Wasn't that touchdown a predetermined play though? That touchdown was a predetermined play, right?
But you said that we had a comfortable lead when he did the RPOs, and he did them throughout the whole game. We didn't like it was before the lead started building up.
I didn't say all 4 of his plays were RPOs. That's not what I was saying, because that touchdown pass was a predetermined play.
I'm not saying you're saying that. You said that the RPO plays that came in when the lead was comfortable, and I'm saying that's not true because we did an RPO when we had to go up and it was 14-7. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it wasn't when they were all comfortable, and then we kept building, and so we kept adding it in there.
But it was in a lead. It wasn't when they had the momentum.
We had comfortable lead. I'm just saying.
Yes, we had the lead, and we were comfortable because we knew their offense couldn't fuck with our defense. We knew that we were stopping them. We knew that we were stopping them on 4th downs. All that had happened already. The only play that Trey Lance came in when that wasn't the case was that touchdown pass, and that was a predetermined play.
Okay.
And again, I'm only doing this off of memory. I could be off. I could be way wrong, guys. It could be the Tito's talking. I don't know for sure. It could be the Tito's that's talking, okay? But what I'm saying is, from what I saw, the one play that was predetermined for Lance was the touchdown pass. Boom. Executed.
It was the play action pass. So if you're calling that predetermined, yes.
Right. And so then afterwards with the RPOs, let me see what you see. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Make a decision out there. You made the wrong decision, young man. You're not ready yet.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. It's not a knock on Trey. It doesn't mean I don't like him. Doesn't mean that I think he's bad for the team or anything like that.
He's not ready for what? RPOs, Mike? Because that's what I'm confused.
No, he's not ready to make. He can't discern between what he should do yet.
Okay,
that's what.
All right. Wayne,
yeah,
he can't read the defense, is what you're saying.
Wayne, if they put 8 in the box, shouldn't he automatically know? Look for your hot. Look for the hot read. Dump it off quickly.
Yeah. But they put 8 in the box, and the starting quarterback can't do that either. Like that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But you can't tell me not to do that. You can't tell me not to do that.
I can for one reason.
What's your reason, Mike? Because quarterbacks
they don't put Jimmy in that situation. They know
Jimmy's not put in a situation to run RPOs. I get it. That's not his style.
Yes.
But they stack 8 in the box.
But why?
And they
Because
run different types of plays.
They already know that Jimmy doesn't make those right decisions, Wayne. So now I want to see if Trey.
So if you got a guy that can't make right decisions, and then you got another guy that can't make right decisions, it just don't sound right.
But you don't know if Trey can make the right decision without putting him in that situation.
Okay.
All right. How else do you know?
I got to go back and watch those because I want to make sure they were. I want to make sure they were 8 in the box. I want to make sure they were RPOs.
And I said 8 in the box as an example. I don't know for sure that there was 8 in the box.
That's what I'm saying. I have to go back and rewatch those.
But if there was 6 or 7 in the box, that means that they were at least blitzing, right?
Yeah.
So you should be looking for the hot read. If it's a blitz, ideally you throw over the blitzer's head because that's where the soft spot in the defense is going to be. If they're bringing a linebacker down to come and get you, that's Mike,
honestly, we arguing about shit we just don't know. Like we have to go back and watch it. Like we don't know what type of coverage they were doing. We don't know how. I didn't present the question. I didn't present anything.
I'm saying you and like y'all presented the question.
And then I want to see what type of coverage they were playing. Were they pressed on the things? Were the receivers jammed at the line of scrimmage? Because them hot reads ain't the best passes to throw when you got a guy right in your right receiver's face. And so I don't know what was called. I mean, I don't know what it looked like because we only seen it from quarterback, center, hike, run. Like, you know what I mean? I want to see what it looked like from the aerial view, and then I can kind of like tell you and break it down.
Yeah, for sure. And we don't know the definitive answer. Again, this is the emotional reaction. You understand what I'm saying? That's what this show is about. This show is about the emotion. But I like what they did because to me they're testing the mental fortitude of Trey Lance. Let me see if you can diagnose his defense properly.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he made the wrong decisions either. I haven't rewatched the game. I haven't seen all 20. I don't know. But what I'm saying is the reason you put him in those situations is to see if he makes the right decision with his 3 options at the game, at that snap. Okay. That's why I'm saying you put him in those situations. The outcome is different, but you want to see if he makes the right decision. It could be a drop. It could be an interception. It could be whatever. It could be a million.
Let's go, Bears! So I disagree. But I understand. How's that? Yeah. No, I disagree.
That's it. I just want you to understand what I'm saying as to why you give him RPOs. Because like Nick said, we don't do that shit with Jimmy. Why do we keep doing that with Trey? That's what Nick's complaint was initially. Why do we keep giving him this run option when we don't do that? That's not part of our offense normally. And I'm saying you do that to see where he is mentally. That's all. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm not even saying he made the wrong decisions. I'm saying you do that to test where he is. That's all.
I got you.
Now, Deshaun Page gives a $15 contribution. He says, "What up, Niner gang? When they stack the box, you pass the ball because Detroit is not stopping the pass. You play into your game."
Yeah, we all agree with this.
That's along the lines of what we were saying, but I wasn't saying that anybody was right or wrong. I'm saying that you have, as a quarterback, you have to make that read the right way. So I think we're all on the same page. Easy Tino says, "Why are the black quarterbacks not ready, but the 3 white quarterbacks selected in the draft ready to start and lose?" And there's 2 black dudes on the show right now, Wayne. So let's knock this shit out the park, bro.
Let's go
I
ahead.
got
All
right, battery here.
All right, so it's we gonna have this conversation for real.
Let's do it. Fuck.
You want me to call Cam Newton?
Oh, I see what you did there. I see. All right. I tell you what. Let me take it off of us and let me move it to Jameis Winston.
Okay.
Let me move it to Jameis Winston. Okay. I said a long time ago, not even last season, the season before, that if Jameis Winston was a white quarterback, they would say he's a gunslinger, he's a risk taker. Who else throws 30 touchdowns but also throws a lot of interceptions? I said that on this show multiple times. I said in this season that him with the Saints is going to be dangerous because he never got the right chance that he was supposed to get. Because when it's a white quarterback, they say he's a first-round pick, he's got all the tools, and they keep giving them more chances. Okay? I said that multiple times, right? It just seems like If you look away, they automatically assume you are okay up here. If you look another way, they assume you are okay down here from the waist and down. And that's not the case. Teddy Bridgewater has never been an athletic quarterback, not one time in his entire career. And Teddy Bridgewater has never thrown for more than 15 touchdown passes in a season. Never. It has never happened. Go check the books. But they put players in a box based off of where they were drafted.
Yo,
and
Justin Fields is starting? Oh, snap.
No, I thought, hello? Hey.
Oh, he's coming in for certain plays. Okay.
Yeah, well,
I just saw Justin Fields in the game, so that's
all right. I'll be in soon. All right, bye. I didn't think Justin Fields got the start, did he? I thought they said it was Andy.
It could have been Andy, but when I looked at the screen, I saw Justin Fields, so I was like,
But so to answer Easy's question here, and I don't want to make this about race, but unfortunately, race does play a role in how quarterbacks are viewed. They see a young black guy and they think that he can run. They think he's athletic. They think that da-da-da-da-da. I can't tell you how many times I saw Jamarcus Russell. I saw Jamarcus Russell fat ass running the ball so many times. Jamarcus Russell should not have ever been running the ball. He's got a cannon. He had one of the biggest arms in the entire NFL. And I saw him having run plays designed for him. That's not the case. They don't do that for all the different white quarterbacks.
No.
So we can sit here and try to tiptoe around.
And they also feel like the white quarterbacks process the game better. And they feel like they come from better pedigrees and so many things like that. And all the owners are white. And so at the end of the day, like it is what it is. It is what it is.
Like it's an uncomfortable truth. That's what I call an uncomfortable truth.
It's not racist talk. It's just what it is. I mean, these are facts. Like, prove to me I'm wrong, because I'm not. And I'm not even trying to be right. I'm just telling you those are the facts, man. And so it comes down to that. The one thing I like about Sean Payton, like, regardless of who his owner is, Mike came out and said that Jameis Winston was going to be the starter quarterback, that he was going to win the competition. I had to agree with him because he just needed an opportunity. And so,
and that's why I told Nick, I don't know if you remember when we had that Taysom Hill.
I do.
Oh, Nick's back. We had that Taysom Hill versus
interception.
We had that Taysom Hill versus Winston debate. And I said, Winston's going to smoke Taysom Hill because Taysom Hill's not a real quarterback. Right. That's what it comes down to. Unfortunately, that's what it comes down to. And I said that Jameis Winston,
because Taysom Hill is white, he's going to get all the opportunity, all the press, all of that to be the starting quarterback until he wasn't.
Yes, and Ridwan, I absolutely regret not putting Mahomes in over Josh Allen. Josh Allen got 16 points. Mahomes doubled him with 32. I don't have a mistake. I don't have any qualms with saying that. I thought that.
Yeah.
I started Patrick Mahomes and I still got destroyed.
Really?
Hey, I'm only down. I'm only down 4 points.
Whenever teams play the Steelers, man, they're a weird team to play against defensively, and their special teams came through today, so that gave the defense points. That's what happened.
Yeah, I'm only down 4 points in the game. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It's all right. Who cares? But Ridwan, yeah, I do regret not putting Mahomes in. I would have been winning.
We skipped his donation about Patrick Mahomes. I didn't see it.
I'm sorry, Logan. Mark says Trey's play calls were not RPOs; they were read option runs. Somebody break this down for me.
Well, read option is what Colin Kaepernick used to run. So it's like you hand off, you hold.
It's a two-play thing instead of three.
It's a two-play instead of the three, right? Right. The pass is not in there. Well, no, it's either you hand it off to run or you take it and run.
Or you
so there could have been read option runs. He just never faked. If those were read option runs, those were hell bad fakes to the running back.
Right.
So that's why Nick, it looked like he just ran the ball like they were designed runs.
The running back never even tried to take a
no. Right. So shout out to Mark, because this could be true. That's why I said I need to go back to rewatch it.
Mm-hmm. Not just you. We all said that. We have to go back and rewatch it.
In today's football, you don't see read option run. It's all run pass. It's all RPO.
All RPOs. It's three options. Yeah.
It's the three options because now you get the threat of the throw. And so if it was an RPO, then to Mike's point, he failed. If it wasn't an RPO, then that's the play call, and that's what Nick and I were trying to talk about.
Wait, where'd it go?
If they're read options.
This is the only contribution I see that we missed. This is from
Master Sith.
He says Shanahan, almost Shanahan. All right. I have another topic that I want us to discuss, and then we can go home. Okay. I'm sorry, Wayne. I know you're ready to go. I'm sorry. If you got to jump out, it's cool. Guys, our offensive line looked fucking good tonight. I know it was the Lions, but we talked about it on the show. The Lions front seven was the strength of their team. Mm-hmm. How many pressures did Mike McGlinchey give up? How many pressures did our right guards give up? Those boys were balling tonight. Do you hear me?
They gave up a couple of pressures, so let's not say that they didn't.
Bro.
Jimmy, I didn't say sacks, I said pressures. There's a big difference.
Okay. So how many sacks they give up, though?
They gave up one sack.
All night long.
And then Jimmy got pressured at least 3 or 4 times because he was scrambling for his life on a couple of them.
Now the question is, did they come from the right side or not?
No, I don't know. I said the line. I said the line.
The sack came from Mike McGlinchey's side.
But Mike McGlinchey didn't give up a sack tonight. Mike McGlinchey did not give up a sack tonight.
Who did then?
It wasn't Mike.
It must have been Brunskill.
Hold on. I'll pull it up.
It was from the outside.
Hold on. I'll show you. Hold on. I'll pull it up. Y'all can talk. I'll pull it up.
Oh, okay.
Breezy, why are you telling whatchamacallit not to start Debo, bro?
Because he had a running back. So if you got a running back, I'm not starting. Plus,
he flexed.
Yeah, it was a flex. And then on top of that, we didn't know Debo was gonna get all those touches, man. Come on, y'all. He's a Brandon Ayuk guy. He didn't even believe in Debo. Man, the Rams just scored. This is gonna be easy. I was hoping one of these teams would lose in the NFC West, and right now the Rams are up 6-9.
Yo, Arizona looks good.
Arizona looks good. We look good, but we about to see how these Rams look in a second. And I didn't watch any of the Seattle stuff, but I watched
some of it. Tyler Lockett, man,
is a difference maker. I got you, bro. I got it. How did you look? The Bears defense is dumb. Like, dude catches the pass, falls down, gets up, and scores because they didn't want to touch him.
67 yards.
Yep.
I mean, you could take it back. I mean, the Colts. Seattle played the Colts today, right?
Yes.
They beat the Colts. I was surprised by what the Rams did to the Titans.
No,
the Titans had -6 yards.
The Rams are playing you mean the Cardinals?
I mean the Cardinals. The Titans had -6 yards going into the second quarter, offensively. Chandler Jones had 5 sacks, bro, and 2 fumbles. Like,
what's his name? Was it Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter? He tweeted out the blank check.
I didn't expect Arizona to do that to the Titans, man. Like, they held them to -6 yards with a.
So how did Derrick Henry have 12 points? Catching?
Well, this was just the first quarter. I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'm saying in the first quarter they held that team with Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill to -6 points offensively. The NFC West is going to definitely beat each other up. They're definitely going to beat it up.
Yeah, only time Mike is right, he has to prove his point. So let's go ahead and let him.
It's not a. Come on, I said I was going to look at the sack and tell y'all what it was.
He came from the outside. Nobody touched him.
Oh, y'all found it already.
No, that's what I told you before.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm going to play the audio. I can't show the video because
I don't think any of us said that it was on McGlinchey. We just said it was on the right side.
No, Nick said it was from McGlinchey.
I said it was on Mike McGlinchey's side, the outside of Mike McGlinchey.
Oh.
But that wasn't Mike McGlinchey. You made it sound like it was Mike McGlinchey's guy. The way you said
the outside guy, it's his guy.
No, Mike McGlinchey. It was a blitz. It was a corner. It had nothing to do with Mike McGlinchey. So yes, it was
who's supposed to pick up the blitzer?
All right, so I'm gonna hit the play.
It's probably George Kittle.
Listen.
Nice move. first down. Second down. Play action. Garoppolo in trouble above the heel. This time, Tracy
Garoppolo got sacked by. Hold on.
nice move. And a first down.
Oh wait, I realize why it's so bad. I have my
You
thing
know we're
on.
still going to get flagged for audio, right?
He said
No,
he
we
can't show the
can't-
video.
No, we don't get flagged for audio.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, you do.
I have no, but this is not the
for
same.
long as it's not the game audio.
Right. So it's 2nd and 10. Jimmy's under center. There's one running back back there. What's the running back that has a 5 in his number?
Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell, 25.
Okay.
Oh, so that was probably on him. He was probably supposed to pick up the blitzer because in this presser, he
McGlinchey's
said
engaged
something.
with his guy. Here comes a corner. Just free. Play action. And Garoppolo got sacked by number 21. Tracy Walker. Was not on Mike. It was, to Nick's point, it was on McGlinchey's side. It wasn't on Mike McGlinchey though. So that's what I was saying. McGlinchey did not allow a sack tonight. The right
Overall,
guard,
the offensive line I thought was good though. Like
the
legit.
right guard did not allow a sack tonight, and that's what my point was. That the offensive line was phenomenal tonight, and no one's talking about it. And I think that was
we talked about it earlier.
That was a huge positive. This offensive line looked like a Pro Bowl offensive line.
Nick.
I think that's huge, man. What, Wayne? What? Why you cheesing? What's up?
Because we talked. That was like 2 hours ago. We talked about the
offensive line.
I don't like people giving my man Mike shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike ain't do nothing wrong, bro.
Bro, we talked about the offensive line for like 20 minutes earlier.
All right, fine, cool.
It's okay, Mike. It's all.
Nah, but Mike McGlinchey is back. I told y'all Mike McGlinchey is gonna have an all-pro type season this year.
We'll see what happens when he plays better rushers too.
We'll see what happens when he plays Chandler Jones.
Chandler don't want no work. I said it.
I said better rushers. I didn't mention him specifically.
And put the stamp on it. Chandler
I'm just
Jones
saying,
won. None
Chandler
of
Jones is going to be the best pass rusher that we see in the next 3 weeks.
The O-line did not give up a sack tonight.
Kerry Hyder might even give him work.
Brandon Graham might give him work next week too.
Y'all, what? Y'all bugging. Y'all are bugging. Mike McGlinchey was a rock out there tonight. You hear me?
He was a rock tonight.
A rock. And he was dominant in the run game.
100%.
And he was dominant in the run game.
But I'm not giving him a Pro Bowl year off of one game against the Detroit Lions.
No. I gave him a Pro Bowl year before week 1. I said it way before. So y'all can say what y'all want. It's a big ass contribution. I can't read these words, Nick. What it said?
Says Mike, you're the dude, but even if Trey's plays were RPOs, you put too much weight on it. In NFL, whether D crashes is a split-second decision. Hard, requires tons of luck, which is why even vets aren't asked to do a lot of it.
I didn't say that he should get them all right. I said that they're testing his knowledge. What was I wrong about in that assessment?
Well, what you said was
$50 contribution off that quick. I think it's the biggest contribution of the night.
What you said,
more airtime.
What you said was he kind of like failed the test, so he wasn't ready. And what he's trying to say is even veterans wouldn't be ready or pass the test in that sense because they're hard to do. They're like that's what our guy is trying to say. I hope that makes sense.
How else do you test the mental fortitude of your quarterback?
But what he's saying is he's saying even the vets, the good guys, the guys that are starting quarterbacks that run RPOs successfully fail miserably. That's what he's saying. And so
I'm agreeing.
That's what he's saying. Right.
What I'm saying is how else do you test the mental fortitude?
Well, I don't think you use them as a test. I think what he's trying to say, they're just pure luck. So like they happen.
Nah, but that's not true. That part, it's not all luck. It's not all luck, bro.
Y'all still didn't answer my question as to when the defense is stacking the box, why are you still calling RPOs? Even though they weren't RPOs.
That's what the whole debate is about. We did answer that question. You can
So you think Kyle Shanahan sent him out there for failure because not 99.5% of the time.
That's what he does. That's what Kyle does. He did
when the box is stacked, you should.
He does it with Jimmy all the time,
or whatever.
He did it with Jimmy all the time. He did. He used to set Jimmy up for failure all the time. Never use Jimmy to his strengths, getting him to roll out a lot. I think he's testing with you. I agree with Mike saying he's testing this kid. So I'm gonna put it right there. And so in testing him, that doesn't mean he's gonna pass the test. But when he passes the test, he's gonna be a sharp mother freaker when it comes to running these RPOs. If he can go out there and start locating what's going on the end.
Nick took a phone call during the meat of our dialogue.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so he missed what you and I were saying. Yeah. And what our point was, I think Breezy actually agreed with me. Our point was that you do the RPO to see where he is mentally.
Right.
If you see 8 men in the box and this is the play call, you got to know to go to pass. Don't try to run it because they're going to bang your ass up. Okay. And he never did that.
I'm just saying I want you to go back and watch it because there was no running backs in there at the time. So
it's not an RPO if he's in shotgun, bro. So what are you talking about?
Nobody said. What are you talking about?
You just said there's no running back back there.
There was no fake handoffs to running backs on those plays.
All right.
We'll go Nick is saying that you design runs.
It can't be an RPO if there's no running back back there.
Exactly. I'm saying it was design runs. You're saying it was RPOs. Runs. I'm saying they were design runs.
You said why give him an RPO against an 8-man box?
Because you're calling it RPOs.
It's not an RPO. It's not an RPO if there's no running back back there, Nick.
Bro, I said earlier that they weren't RPOs. I still don't agree with you that they were RPOs. You guys said they were RPOs.
You just said that now.
I said they were design runs.
Wait, didn't Nick just say why give them RPOs against 8-man boxes? Did I miss something? Tell me. I'm wrong.
You guys are saying they were RPOs. So I was just going with the flow. Why would you I was asking a question. Why would you give him RPOs if the box is stacked? That's all I'm asking.
What I'm saying is you're not giving him an RPO if there's no running back back there. It can't be an RPO without a running back, Nick.
No shit. I, from the beginning, said these were not RPOs. I said they were design runs from the beginning. You argued with me and said they were RPOs. I'm saying that I still don't believe they were RPOs because there was no running back there. What? And then I'm saying because you said they're RPOs, why would you give him RPO calls if they're stacking the box?
So you think Lance was back there without anybody next to him?
No, he was not fake handing the ball off. He took the snap and took off. There was no fake handoffs.
Was there a running back or not?
What?
Was there a running back or not?
So the running back can be in the backfield, but if you don't fake the handoff, is it an RPO?
You're changing your argument. Was there a running back or not?
Mike, I didn't.
You just said there was no running back.
There was no running back in the play. There was no fake.
So there was no running back. So you're saying that Trey Lance was in shotgun and it was a design run? Because I didn't see that all night. I didn't see that. I'm telling you what I remember seeing. I don't remember Trey Lance being in shotgun or under center with an empty backfield, and it was an RPO. I can't say that.
It doesn't have to be that it's an empty backfield. When I'm saying there was no running back, there was no running back in the play. There was no fake handoffs. The running backs weren't faking.
So there was no running back, is what you're saying.
There was a run. Never mind.
I'm Nick. Don't get frustrated, bro.
I'm telling you 500 times, and you won't.
Just answer me yes or no. Was there a running back in there or not? Please just say yes or no. Pretty please.
There was running backs in the backfield. There was no play with the running back. So the running back didn't come up to take the fake handoff. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
I don't, because you say one thing and then you contradict yourself. You said there's no running back, but the running back couldn't fake the handoff. Was there a running back on the field or not?
Wayne, can you help me here?
Help me, please.
He's saying, all right. Nick, at one point you said that there were no running backs. So Mike took that to say, oh, there were no running backs in on the play, then it can't be anything. It has to be
a can't be an RPO.
So then now Nick, what Nick is trying to say, Mike, is there was no fake handoff to the running back. So yeah, there was a running back in there on those plays, but there was no option for the running back. It was the design run. Okay. What Nick has been saying from the jump.
Thank you.
All right, so okay, because he kept saying there's no running back, but he said that there was a running back. I don't know what you're saying, Nick.
Right.
Don't get frustrated. I'm trying to get clarity on what you're saying. If you're telling me there's no running back
They
there,
got
then yeah.
Matt Stafford running bootlegging to the left. I'll be damned. Design run.
All right. Okay. All right. We're at 3 hours, guys.
It's time, guys.
I think that's long enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's been real. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get clarity. Nick, I apologize. I'm not trying to upset you, bro. But you made it sound like there was no running backs in on the play. And if that's the case, it's not an RPO. And I agree with you. I agree with you if you're telling me there's no running back there. But then you changed it and said there was a running back. But he didn't try.
What I was saying was there was no running back involved in the play. There was no running backs involved in the play. You keep saying there are RPOs.
No. But that comment is what's confusing me. Are you telling me there's no running back on the field? Or are you telling me there's no running back at all?
Right, we just answered it, Mike. I just told you what he said. He said that at first
there was a running back, but the running back was not affiliated with the play.
There you go.
So what you're saying, Trey didn't fake the handoff to the running back?
Yes, you finally got it.
All right. Okay, I got it, bro. No offense. I'm not trying to offend anybody or nothing like that. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. That's all. Because I missed what you were saying, bro. That's my bad. My bad. We got one more contribution and let's get out of here. All right. IK says stack box could be disguised pressure. It doesn't necessitate a blitz. That's why it's not a good argument, in my opinion. And I agree with him.
Yeah, I don't remember ever saying. I don't remember we saying that it was in blitz. We just said that the box was stacked.
Yeah, we said if you see 8 men in the box, you should. We did say if you see 8 men in the box, you should go to pass. That's what we did say. Breezy, that was a conversation we had while Nick was not present for the discussion. That's what we said. So I think that's what IK is responding to. All right, I'm good, guys. We're gonna break this thing down more. We're gonna break it down till you guys are nauseated with us because it's the first game of the season.
Guys, we got to win, man. Shout out to the 49ers, man. They defeated the Detroit Lions on the road. They are on their way to Philly. You will catch Nick, Mike, Wayne, and Philadelphia, PA this Sunday. Make sure you're there, and we're going to be in there like swimwear, baby. Let's go ahead and get this win, man. Look, how we starting to get Nick off the show? Why we got to get Nick off the show? He's been trying to explain.
I didn't click this. I swear to God, I did not click this comment, bro.
What the hell he was trying to say?
I don't understand. Get me off the show. You can get off my show.
Oh, Nick, don't do that, Nick. Don't do
Bye.
that.
Bang, bang. Look, Nick, he loading up and shooting at people. Bang, bang, let's go.
Nick, don't be that guy, yo.
I'm sorry, guys. That's my fault for misunderstanding what people said. No, I'm the one drinking. How you the drunk one?
Like Nick's a mean drunk. What?
I didn't call you a mean drunk.
Fonzarelli, I did explain better. You can leave. Bye. That's your explanation.
Here we go. I got you, Nick. Boom.
I don't care about that.
Oh, shit. You don't like
Nick,
the positivity.
I'm going to keep it a buck. I know you, but that shit was confusing, bro. I
was confused as shit. I'm not going to lie. I just didn't understand.
I know Nick. I know what he means. So I get it.
I didn't know what he meant, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be difficult at all. I was not trying to. So I apologize.
Nick, you
but guys,
said
that's gonna do it. All right.
No. Nick said there's no running back. There was no running back. And Mike said, wait a minute. There's no running back? No, there was no running back. And then Nicky was like, there was no running back for him to hand the ball off. And then Mike was like, wait a minute, Nick, are you saying that there was no running back in the backfield?
Over again
It's because you said, Nick, there's no running back.
Right.
And if you know Mike, like I know Mike, he was going to take that dunk and try to make sure he understood you were saying exactly what you said, and I knew it was coming, and y'all got an extra 40 minutes out of me. So kudos to Mike.
Say what you mean. So just say what you mean. If you tell me there was no running back, it can't be an RPO. Because there's nobody to R it off to. That's all. So it's cool, but it was a misunderstanding. It's cool now. We got it. Guys, we're going to be back. We thank you all for joining us. I got 3% battery. Let me give my final thoughts first. You guys can wrap up the show because I think my tablet is going to turn off on me. So I appreciate everybody for checking this out. Make sure you guys head over to goldbarwhiskey.com. Put in the code Nothing But Niners to get 10% off of whatever order you got. Look at that beautiful. That thing almost as beautiful as a Lombardi. Look at that. Look at that thing. Look, woo, that thing's sexy right there. Guys, so, and then mybookie.ag, if you guys are not registered there, go over there, have some fun. Put a $3 parlay on and you can win $1,200. That's what I did tonight. And, you know, you never know what the outcome is going to be. Have some fun with it, guys. And if you go over to mybookie.ag, use promo code NBN, they will match your initial deposit up to $1,000. Have some fun, courtesy of the guys over here, Nothing But Niners. We thank you all for rocking with us. We appreciate you guys. And please, please, please be kind to one another. That is all I got.
I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Did you just block him? Nick, you're a blocker. Who blocked?
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Wasn't me.
No.
You really blocked him, Nick?
Yeah, I blocked him.
Why are you so emotional, bro? Nick, they tear me up every video. You can't do that, bro.
I can do whatever I want.
I mean, it's true, but come on, man. What you doing?
I can do whatever I want.
Why you block him, man? Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick.
I got no room in my life for negativity.
They gonna tell you to pull the tampon out, bro. They gonna get on you, bro.
I need all of you that are watching tonight.
Fonzarelli.
I need all of you that are watching tonight to come and talk 49ers with your boy Breezy tomorrow night. Hopefully these two Dumb and Dumber guys will join me on the show.
Let me on. I'm there. Wait, I got a surgery tomorrow. I'm getting 2 teeth pulled out and 1 capped on the opposite side.
You don't even got to talk, but I just want you on the joint.
I'm gonna be here like this. Yo, Breezy, I'm gonna be in there. So let me know, all right? I'm gonna be in there, swollen jaws and all, okay?
And if you want more confusion, tune in tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I can't wait to see these two go back at it. This shit is pay-per-view, guys. You guys are getting this show, I promise.
Yes, sir. Nick, final thoughts.
Final thoughts are, I love all y'all.
He said, yes, I can.
Y'all just better learn. So
learn today. Justin Fields is in.
You gonna learn today. So anyway, like I said, no room in my life anymore for negativity. That's everything. So anyway, I love all y'all. It's good to have football season back, even though I'm pissed off and Kyle Shanahan's still a bitch.
And we still want to know what everybody being pissed off.
We're still want to know.
That's what it's all about.
We cannot do what we did in the second half of the football game next week.
We can't do that ever, Nick.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying what we can't do that next week. Like going on forever. Like we cannot do that. We have to look. It's not easy to win a Super Bowl. It's not easy to make playoffs. It's not easy to win a division. And shit happens. Players get hurt, and you as the coach need to step up and figure it out. You got to get players ready to play. And that's what Kyle Shanahan and DeMeco Ryans and everybody else on this coaching staff needs to do. I got to see Kyle Shanahan play a complete game, man. I got to. I'm tired of seeing the step off the gas part. So let's buckle up and
all right.
Prepare
for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful. We out of here. Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing